What up, hobby? Hobby night, hobbyists. How we doing? Happy Wednesday. Oh, again. How we doing, everybody? Good to see ya. Welcome to Giddy Fox Gaming. My name is Tails. I am the Giddy Fox, and this is stream number 2 for me today. Tonight is hobby night. I have been looking forward to hobby night all day today. Even I was looking forward to it last night too, but I didn't have time. I had to edit video last night. Tonight is hobby night. We're gonna hobby. It's gonna be great. I put on the title of the stream that I'm gonna slay the gray. Are you? You can do whatever you want for hobby night. All right. I just wanted to get some people who are doing 40K to maybe jump in and paint some of their models if they haven't. You can hobby however you want. If hobby night is hang out and talk to Tails, that's great. I hope it's awesome. Come talk with me. I would love to talk with you. If hobby night's crocheting or scrapbooking or shiny hunting or playing Monster Hunter or whatever it is, jump in. You can hobby however you want. It's just the time to spend time doing things you like to do, whatever that is, you know. I also realized my stickers. That was bothering me. Sorry, I had to do that. Well, I'm gonna paint some tyranids today. I got some of these little bugs These little guys. This one's done. I've got 24 of these guys to paint. And you know, they're in varying degrees of paint jobs right now. I got some paint on some and less on others. We're gonna work on trying to get these all at the same point today here on camera. And once I get these, I think there's 8 or 9 of them here. Once I get those 8 or 9 done, then I'll be moving on to the big boy, the Swarm Lord. I can't wait to paint that, but I won't do it until I get these Termagants done. So I'll be working on that first. We'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Who do we got here, y'all? Insane Blastoise is here. What's up? Cass, howdy. Mythia, welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, Wyatt, welcome. Ultimate Roll, not Vex. Good to see you both. Howdy. Morbid, hello there. Doing a bug run on Pokemon. Nice. That's my favorite type. I love bug types. They're so fun. Muse Wolf, good to see you. Matthew Dent, hello there. Your comment, your chat made me laugh, Matthew. Poggers, Hobby Night. That makes me laugh. That's so good. I love that. That's so good. How do you feel about naming my bug Pokemon? I love it. I love it. That's so fun. What was the first Pokemon that you caught, like ever? Probably a Rattata. I played in Pokemon Red and Blue. Probably a Rattata. That's my guess. Chad, I want to let you know this before we jump in, just so that you could be a part of it all, okay? I don't want you to miss out. I have a Discord server. Some of you are in it, some of you are not. And if you're watching the VOD later, you may or may not be as well. You are more than welcome to join. There's a Discord link that's pinned in the chat right now. There's also a link in the description of this video. And if the link doesn't work, please let me know. I will get you a custom link just for you to join in, okay? Because sometimes that link works and sometimes it doesn't. But in that Discord server, there is a channel called Hobby Time, and it's there for you guys to use to show off things that you're working on, progress you're making, encouraging other people with their hobbies, stuff like that, if you want to show updates. And about an hour into the stream today, and I'm going to try to do this in future ones as well, if you would like your progress shown on camera, you can tag me, just tag my name @Tails in the Discord, and I'll show a picture or two of what you're working on Hobby Night here on camera on stream. If you don't want it shown, just don't tag me, okay? I won't show stuff you don't want seen. But I had somebody mention that earlier today of how it'd be fun to have people's progress shown through Hobby Night stream for those who want their stuff shown. And we can all, you know, congratulate each other on what we're working on and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, jump in the Discord, go to the Hobby Time channel, and then you can just, you can upload a screenshot or a photo into the Discord and tag me in it, and I'll show off what's going on there. Leave me a little quick description of what you're doing too, just in case I don't know what it is, you know? I'm not Tails the All-Knowing. But I'd love to hear a little bit of what you're doing if you're interested. No pressure either way. It'll be fun regardless. Did I see your mosquito group photo? I did, dude. It's so gross. It's so gross. Yeah, I'm glad you guys did that, though. I think it's such a funny idea. I love it. Are you talking about shiny Pokemon? The first shiny Pokemon I ever caught was Rhyhorn. I got that in Pokemon Gold. I thought my game was broken. It was not. I mean, I didn't know the specialness of the Rhyhorn until after I'd already started that whole save over and played through the game again, and I learned about shiny Pokemon and what they really are. The red Gyarados didn't teach me well enough. So yeah. All right, let's switch over to the old Hobby Time or Hobby Night cam, and we'll get started on painting, okay? All right, we're back. It's a little messy, y'all. Actually, I think it's messier. Here, I gotta show you this. Okay, we've got this side kind of put together, and then there's this side, a mess. It's all paper and notes and terribleness. It's just awful. That's where all the stuff gets shoved, is to the left side of my desk. It gets shoved over there, and that's the deal with it side. I have to go through and sort all that junk out. That's happening eventually, someday. Chat, feel free to let me know if you can't hear me. My mic is set up on this side of the desk, but I'm painting on this side of the desk, and so I got to run it all the way across my desk, and I think I'm missing it, and then it's covering my face and all that. It's kind of awkward. I might have to do the mic on the other side or something someday. I don't know, but if you can't hear me, let me know, okay? I'm gonna do my best here. All right. Favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Heracross. I love Heracross. He's so great. I showed off this, oops. Looks like I leaned it over a little bit. That's okay though. This is a wet palette. I showed it off at the end of last stream for hobby night. All that paint is still good to use. It might be a little bit runny though. So we'll see what we can do. But honestly, thin coats of paint aren't a bad thing to do when it comes to Warhammer painting. So we'll give it a shot there. I also got Mountain Dew tonight, y'all. I'm super tired. I'm super tired. Once that can is gone, which it's about half gone already, I'll go get some water, and we'll have water tonight. But have I thought of any other set bonuses? I have not, Dragon God. I have not. When stream shut off today, my brain went kaput. I just am out of steam. I'll have to think of more down the road. I told wifey today, before stream started, I was like, I'm glad I'm doing hobby night because I really want to. I love doing this. I'm so glad I'm hosting it. But we're on the part of the paint job with the tyranids that I hate. I hate this part. The black paint, it just gets everywhere. And she's like, well, it's probably a good thing that you scheduled hobby night then, so you actually do it. I'm like, you're right. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I'm glad I'm doing it. But tonight's going to be a tough one because we're on the black paint. We'll see what we can do here. I got to be a lot better with my shaky fingers. Gah, man. I get in my head about it, you know. What's up, Dactyl? How we doing? Welcome to stream. Mountain Dew's crazy. I love Mountain Dew. It's so good. So yummy. I've had one too many today, but I'm so tired. And I have hobby night tonight, so I wanted to make sure I was up and at 'em tonight for everybody. Man, that is thin. That is real thin. If I wasn't trying to cover white paint with it, I wouldn't care so much. But the paint is just running right now. It's running like a constipated wiener dog, as Weird Al used to say. Man, that's a song lyric from a time past. What's up, Baka? How we doing? Ghost, how we doing? Good to see you both. Howdy. Favorite chapter, Space Marines? I haven't done a ton of digging into Space Marine lore, just some. But the one that I like the most right now is the White Scars. I don't know a whole lot about the lore. I know a surface level amount about it. And the White Scars is pretty cool. I do want to get Space Marines someday, but I will not buy more Warhammer models until I finish these Tyranids. But maybe when I finish these Tyranids, I'll pick up some Space Marines and paint some White Scars. Then we'll really have problems painting because I'll have to paint white armor. And that's, for those who haven't painted models before, white armor or white in general, that's tough stuff to do. That's tough stuff. 40K, I didn't know you were that cool, yo. Dude, you should ask me more things that I'm into. It's not just 40K and Monster Hunter. I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff and don't finish a lot of stuff. That's the main problem. I'm involved in a lot of things. And I'm really glad I am. I just wish that I finished more. And so now we've got hobby night. So that I can motivate. Let me know, okay? Because I'll change things up. I'm just testing right now. See how it's going. We can hear you? Okay, perfect. Thanks, y'all. Thank you. Those mics are built so that you talk directly into them. And I'm definitely not doing that right now, but I am being a little louder. Or maybe the same loudness and the mic's just not peaking right now. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. How do y'all get that green user and star? Because it looks pretty cool. Green user and star is memberships. Memberships on YouTube. So that's the paid subscription thing. It's different than on Twitch. If you know what Twitch is for their subscriptions, it doesn't remove ads because YouTube don't work that way, unfortunately. I wish it did. You have to have YouTube Premium to remove ads. But if you're a member, there are perks that I have for people for becoming members. And then that star changes color every month that you're a member, up to 1 year. Then the color stays the same. So you can tell how long people have been members on the channel based on what color that star is, which is kind of fun. And those are just the default colors, so I didn't change them. So you can go look up on Google if you want to see what each color means for month. Yep. Badge of honor for the members around here. I love that. Very grateful for those stars and green names. Thanks in advance, y'all. Get stickers too. Yeah. The lowest level membership here on the channel gets emotes in the live streams. I've got punchy emotes and fox emotes. That's the first perk that you get for being a member. Every membership level has those, but that's the very first perk you get by being a member. So, and I don't like to be a commercial too much, but if there are people asking about memberships, you can find details about the memberships in the description of the live stream you're watching right now on YouTube. There's a whole link there for channel memberships, and it goes through what all the memberships are and their perks. So feel free to window shop on that if you're interested. Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed with this black paint, y'all. I'm so stressed. It's everywhere. I don't want to glob it in the wrong spots, but I'm going to. It's going to happen. I just have to accept it's going to happen. Now I'm not even in camera. You can't even see what I'm doing. Maybe I should turn this. Aha. That'll make life easier for everybody now. Now we can see what Tails is doing. Why put it on camera if it's not even on camera, right? Why go live if you're not even going to show it on camera? Whoop. Don't touch the black, Tails. Don't touch the black. Nice. Ricky, how we doing? You have codexes for your favorite 2 factions? What are those? What are the 2 factions that you've got codexes for? I had a Tyranid codex back in 10th edition, and I didn't play a single game of 10th edition. I bought all the stuff so that I could, and then we moved right when 10th edition came out. And here in Minnesota, there was no one to play with. I bought all these models when I lived in Wisconsin, and there's a whole community of people that played in Wisconsin. So I was really pumped to get in on time to play with them. And then we moved like 2 months later. And when I got here, there was a shop that had Warhammer, and I went and visited to get started. And literally like a month after we got here, the shop closed. Bad luck, Brian. So now I've got all these models and no one to play with, but that's okay. I can paint them. I like them. I think they're cool. I will love them sitting on my shelf, being displayed for the world to see. And whenever I get to start playing 40K, I will have a whole army ready to go to bring on the battlefield that's all painted, and that matters to me. Because the hobby isn't just playing the game for me. I really do want to get more into painting and love that. I'm not the most motivated painter like you might see like on YouTube videos and stuff like that from people who do it for their jobs, but I do enjoy it. I think it stresses me out more than the average person who really likes to paint. But there's something really cool about finishing the project that I'm looking forward to. I don't have the dopamine yet of finishing my army, but I imagine once I finish my army, I'm going to be so pumped and maybe I'll want to do it again. What's up, Sapphire? How we doing? Good to see you. Howdy. We've got Blood Angels and Necrons. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Blood Angels are pretty neat. Necrons too. Blood Angels are pretty neat though for a Space Marine faction. I do like the White Scars a little better, but they got some similarities. They fast. We'll be able to build my Gundam because it's too late and I'm fighting Narwa for the first time, but I want to hop in. That's all good, yeah. That's all good. Hobbies are meant to be enjoyed. There's no stress behind it, or less stress. There's no deadlines. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. Playing video games is a hobby too. Nothing wrong with that. And we're allowed to have multiple hobbies, okay, chat? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Your life is for you. Don't let anyone else control your life, all right? There are some things you're going to have to do, though. That's also part of life. You got to pay taxes. No way around it. No ethical way around it. Because someone's going to argue with me that you can just not pay them. You need to pay your taxes, all right? You got to do it, even if you don't want to. But there are other parts of life that you don't have to do that other people might tell you you do have to do. And that I'm so glad that the most useful word in those situations is only 2 letters long. The word no. I got some black paint on his chin, y'all. And you know what? I don't care. No one's going to look at his chin. He'd have a little goatee down there or something. The termagant with a goatee. Good stuff. Back with dinner? Oh, heck yeah. What you got today, Morbid? What's on the menu? My wife and I had spaghetti and meatballs for dinner tonight. And I got extra meatballs because I like meatballs. They're good. And we had wild rice soup for lunch. And it was a good day of food, I'll tell you what. Some of my favorite meals today. Spaghetti and meatballs kind of mid, but meatballs definitely bring it up a notch. Just spaghetti. Not really my thing, but you throw meatballs in there, I'm a happy camper. Oh man. Goulash and garlic bread, yum. Yum. My parents used to make that when I was a kid. And I thought that the name goulash was disgusting. And so I thought that goulash had to be disgusting as well. And I would never eat it. And then I got older and realized that the name of food doesn't determine the taste of food. And had goulash. And I can't believe I didn't eat it all the time when I was a kid because it's so good. But with a name like goulash, do you slight me, you know? That's a pretty rough name. You think they could have called it like, you know, cheesy noodles with spices? It would have gone over a lot better. Instead of goulash. Just my 2 pennies. You guys see? You can kind of see. Went out to dinner with my sister, got bacon cheeseburger at a tavern. Yum. Yum, yum. You have a show this weekend too, right? It's not today. It's this weekend. Man, it sounds like you and your sister do a lot of stuff. That's pretty cool. I love that. My siblings live like 10 to 20 minutes away from where I live right now, and I barely see them. We did more when I was a kid, but I was also kind of a turd when I was a kid. That's something that if I could go back in time, I'd change. I had my priorities all in the wrong places as a kid. So I used to pick on my siblings, and then when my siblings and I became friends over getting older, I would actually stop hanging out with them and go hang out with other people. So I had other friends. And all these years later, those friends that I hung out with aren't there anymore. And my siblings are, and I wish I would have spent more time with them when I was younger, so that we would spend more time together now. But they're awesome. I mean, we still hang some. I just look back on life sometimes and I'm like, how could I have made it better, you know? How could I optimize my life a little bit better if I had known what I know now? That sounds like such an old person thing to do, but I reflect a lot. I think about life a lot. And that's one thing I think about often is, man, I kind of wish I had done that different. I feel bad about it. You know what I don't feel bad about, though? Having all the black paint on that termagant painted. Pretty nice. Got that one done. Oh, different sister. You have 7 siblings. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I never would have kept that straight then. I never would have kept that straight. Cool. That's fun. I've got 3 siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. And I like them all a lot. They're very great people. Yeah, they're fun. You're drawing something for titanium? I can only imagine what that is, Rosa. That's great. That's so fun. Sorry, Paka, I missed your message. I like the Tyranids and Granddaddy Nurgle. Granddaddy Nurgle. I love that. That's funny. One thing I really like about the Tyranids is not just like their designs. I think their models are really cool. That was the #1 thing that got me into them. But when I've looked into the lore, one thing I actually really like about them, and this is kind of interesting. It's a little bit of a take, but like they're actually kind of the good guys in 40K. In 40K, all the factions and the aliens and all the stuff that they're all like fighting over, they all have issues with each other over things. And none of them are really like, you know, fully good reasons. And then there's the Tyranids. They're just hungry. Like they just eat things. They're constantly eating. Can we really slight them for that? Their whole species is built on eating stuff. We're just the prey. The people are just the prey of the predator. I mean, it's just like humans snacking on chicken, you know? Can we really slight them for that? So I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing about Tyranids is that they're just aliens and they're doing alien things. That's all it is, you know? Brother save, yeah, exactly. Who can slide them for that? We're just hungry. We don't gotta get our undies in a bunch over being hungry. It's just being hungry. That's all it is. We're just eating. Oh man. Pardon me, sorry. It kind of reminds me of Arkfeld for those who do Monster Hunter Wilds. The Arkfeld that we slay, like he was just a hungry guy. He was probably 1 step away from a Tyranid. The problem with Arkfeld is that he wasn't powerful enough to take down the hunters that killed him, you know? If he was stronger, he would have taken out the hunters that hunted him down. And he'd just be tyranniding away all over the place, eating everything, you know? He was just hungry. He wasn't a murderer. He was just hungry. That's all the Tyranids are doing. They're just out for some food. And they really like takeout. They don't like to eat at home. They like to go out and eat. Maybe that's why I got the Tyranids. I like to eat out too. Oh man, that's funny. Missed all the cars for type of the last message. Uh-oh. What'd you do that for? Penguin really had to send a message to me. I'm sorry that happened though. Yeah, 4 sisters, 3 brothers, 1 brother and 1 sister. I've never met them. Met all the others though. Gotcha. They must be older than you, huh? That's cool. My dad's family is similar to that. He's the youngest of many siblings, and I think the next oldest sibling from him is like 10 years older or more. And so by the time he was 5 years old, the next oldest sibling was either graduating or getting ready to graduate high school. And then he's got siblings older than that, you know? Pretty interesting. Different family dynamics is all right. Raccoon boy, how we doing? Welcome stream. Downloading Monster Hunter for the first time right now because your video seemed fun. Oh, heck yeah. Enjoy. It's all on sale right now, so you got a good time to get in on it. Which one did you get, Raccoon boy? Did you get World, Rise, or Wilds? Or older? I imagine you got one of those 3 though. Generations Ultimate's on sale right now too, but it's only on the Switch. So it's pretty narrow to find people who are playing that. You're 14 and all the rest of yours are 28 or older. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. You got Wilds, heck yeah. Nice. Wilds is so fun. I'm in the middle of a big, long Wilds challenge right now that I've been live streaming. It's been great. Playing the switch axe all the way through the game, doing a bunch of stuff in endgame. It's been pretty good so far. I've carded a few times, but I am terrified of the end goals of this challenge. It's going to be really, really tough. I can feel myself playing that weapon and going up against these harder monsters now and getting just trounced. Like, I have to adapt. I have to get better because the last missions of that challenge are going to be really difficult. Kind of scared of that. But one benefit I have, maybe it's a benefit, maybe not. I won't be able to stream that game until Monday because I'm gone on staycation this weekend with my family. So I have a whole 5 days to kind of figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Will it work? I don't know. We'll see. I will say that there's one thing I've been doing with the counterattack on Swax into a dodge cancel. I could do that way faster than I thought I could. I figured that out today, which is pretty great. So that's going to help out a lot. I thought that I had to wait longer to dodge, but that is not true. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, it's too easy. Have you gotten to HR 100? The campaign is very easy. I agree with you. But if you haven't done hunts at HR 100 against 9 and 10 star monsters, especially AT Arkfeld, you're missing out. I promise you. And the grind to HR 100 isn't that bad. It's so worth it to go to HR 100 and try AT Arkfeld out and the other 9 and 10 star monsters. It's like a whole different difficulty level. It's kind of crazy. Cast Play GU, nice. Yeah, if you guys are looking to connect together to play Monster Hunter, that Discord server, check it out. I've got channels up for all the games. And then I've got like roles you can add to your account for what games you play and what weapons you play and what consoles you're on. And then there's even channels in there too for like finding a group of people to play with or finding a hunters just to get you through one quest kind of thing. There's a whole bunch of people playing Monster Hunter on there like all the time if you're interested. No pressure. It sounds like I'm being a commercial a lot today about the Discord. Whether you join or not is up to you. It don't bother me one way or the other. I'm not desperate for Discord people. I just have it as a resource for those who are interested. And I like to make sure people know about it. That's all. In the first week, I did the AT Apex solo. All of them? Like you did all the 10-star ones, Paka? Or are you talking back when the game first launched? When the game first launched, all the Apexes were there. I'm just making sure we're talking the same terms is all. See you, Rat Good Boy. Have fun. Thanks for swinging by. Enjoy Wilds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which one? The 10-star? All the 10-star Apexes? Really? Nice work. Nice work. Yeah, I don't know, man. Then if that's too easy for you, I don't know which Monster Hunter game's harder. I suppose just the DLC is the next thing to look at, right? I think the Wilds base game is really good. Swax goes burr. Yeah, I'm learning that now. I think Iceborne had harder hunts than Wilds base game, but I think Wilds base game has better difficulty hunts than the other modern games, base games. I think the DLC is gonna go pretty hard. We'll see. Adept dual blades and GU. I'm not sure what adept means, but dual blades are cool. I do know what those are. And only Cha? I don't know what Cha is. Only challenge was Omega. I gotcha. You found Omega tougher than 10-star Arkfeld? Wow, nice. That's interesting. I find that the opposite. But I also think that I've got a little bit of streamer privilege with that because I've got people to play with pretty consistently. Not everyone has that, so my view might be a little bit tinted on Savage Omega because Savage Omega hasn't been a big deal. But I will say too, I don't do Savage Omega solo. I don't think it's worth it. Where I've done all the other monsters solo. I don't think Savage Omega is really designed for solo play, so I don't do it. Not that it can't be done. I just don't think it's worth it. It's like doing 10-star Gogmazio solo. I don't think that's worth it either. That hunt is like ridiculous. Harper, how we doing? Good to see you. Welcome to stream. Hope you are well. How's paint going? Very good. I am on black paint right now. I'm not even showing you what I'm painting currently because it's in a weird spot. Give me a second here. The black paint is really stressing me out because it goops over everything. It colors up. It covers up all the things that you've already painted. And so I keep getting like little spots of it on the color that we painted last stream, and that makes me sad because I'm gonna have to fix it later. But it's also just how black paint is, you know. So I just have to be, I gotta be kind to myself. Accidents happen. It's painting. It's whatever. But I had more fun last stream painting the bone white because there was no way to screw that color up. It was all gonna get covered anyways. All the mistakes I made were gonna get covered up. All mindset right now, not actual problem. I'm literally fighting myself on the paint job. It's also much slower this time compared to last time. Last time I was ripping through these guys with the bone color, but this black paint just takes so much longer to apply because I don't want to goop it over everything, you know? But that's okay. That's okay. You're knitting, heck yeah. Nice. Lance is playing Slime Rancher. Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. I haven't played that game. I've heard good things about it though. Nice. You guys want a quick story? I'll give you a quick story about Harper and Lance. They don't know I'm telling this. I was just thinking about it today. I was reminded today, Harper, on how we all met. Harper and Lance were some of the earliest people that ever jumped on the channel and in the Discord server. And if I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I'm right on, the video you guys watched that got you in here was the Palicos are underrated video that I made like 3 years ago. And I got a message from Harper and Lance shortly after that, and they're like, hey, we do YouTube as well. We should do a video together. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Let's do it. And then we got talking and realized that Harper and Lance play on PlayStation and I play on PC. So there's no way we could do crossplay with each other because it didn't exist back in World and Iceborne. And so we just hung out and got to know each other in the Discord and went to each other's channels and did stuff and, you know, just got to know each other. It was fun. And then Wilds got announced like 2 years later. And Wilds has crossplay on it. And so we instantly talked to each other like, we're going to play together, right? Yes. And we did. And we did. And it was great. The B Squad. The old B Squad. Oh, man. Isn't that fun? Fun history. It's kind of insane to look back and see how much is different from then and now. I've been kind of reminiscent this week because my wife and I's anniversary was yesterday, our 8-year anniversary. So I was looking back on how life looked for wifey and I 8 years ago. And it just leads me into all the things that life looks like now, you know? Even just the YouTube channel. This channel's been around for 3 years now. And I remember, oh man, Buff Manley's here. Buff will love this. I remember Buff Manley called me up like a month after this YouTube channel started. A month after this YouTube channel started, Buff Manly calls me up and he's like, Tails, we're gonna get some food. I want to ask you about YouTube. So we did. We got together. We got some food. And the first thing Buff asked me was like, are you sure about this YouTube thing? You only play games for like 2 weeks and then you stop playing them. How are you gonna do this YouTube thing where you play just one video game? You've literally never done that in your entire life. I was like, I know. Said I'm a month into it now though, and I'm still doing it. It's going great. I said I just gotta be self-control, have some discipline, stick with it. And he was like, I hope it goes well for you. He wished me well. It wasn't an issue. He was just making sure that I wasn't, you know, doing something I hadn't thought about. And now we're 3 years in. We're 3 years in. I'm still playing. You play every game except 1 or 2 weeks and then stop playing them. I know. Yeah, that's how I've always been. And honestly, it just happened to be at that time in my life 3 years ago that I was playing Monster Hunter, because if I would have started this channel 2 weeks later, I probably would have been a Sea of Thieves creator on YouTube, and I probably would have kept playing it the whole 3 years because YouTube was so it just like sucked me in on keeping playing the game, you know. It just happened to be that I was playing Monster Hunter at the time, and here I am playing Monster Hunter still. If it was 2 weeks prior, I probably would have been a Minecraft YouTuber. Yeah, it just happened to be that at that time I was playing Monster Hunter, so I stuck with it. Isn't that nuts? That's so crazy how that works, you know? Like, you still do that except for one game. No, I know. Yeah. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is that I have a YouTube channel, so I play that one game on the YouTube channel. But literally every other game outside of Monster Hunter now, when I play for fun, I play for like 2 weeks and then I quit. It drives me crazy. I don't like that I do that, but I've always been that way. And thank goodness this Monster Hunter game has stuck, or I wouldn't have a YouTube channel, you know? You have to have at least clue chat into how many times the nobodies have broken my heart by abandoning me playing games alone. Dude, I think it's just something with I think it's gotten worse, honestly. We just don't play games anymore. The Nobodies group doesn't. My IRL friends, we call ourselves the Nobodies. We've been that way since middle school. Because now lots of people have kids and families, and so they just don't have time to play games in general. But back before we had families, we'd get everybody hyped up to play a game because we all wanted to play together, and then we'd like stop playing a week later, and Buff would be playing on his own. Yeah, I know. I feel bad about it. But the glory days, y'all. Overwatch, dude. The Nobodies in Overwatch. Oh my gosh, that was prime time for us. We weren't good. That's not what I mean by prime time. That was like every single night, almost every single night. There was 5 or 6 of my IRL friends online playing Overwatch together. And I would stay up till the wee hours of the morning just laughing so much, just having so much fun. That was a great time. I miss those days. Beeler started playing Minecraft? Nice. Oh, heck yeah. Are you all in one server, I imagine? Yeah? That's sick, dude. Minecraft rocks. I love Minecraft. What a good game. That's a game that I do 2 weeks on and off, but I always come back to it. I never fully get rid of it. Where other games I've played for 2 weeks and then I never come back, you know? Monster Hunter is the one game I've never left. It's the game I've played the longest to this day. That's awesome. I think it's a good thing to find the game like that, you know? It's not easy. There's so many games out there that you can play. But when you find it, man, it's a good time. I think it helps a lot to find people to play with, though. That's one thing I've been very fortunate with YouTube, is that I've found a really awesome community of people who like to play games with me. And I love that because it makes me pumped to play. And I love like planning events and coming up with ideas and things to do. I've always been that way. And when I've got people who are interested in that too, all I want to do is make more stuff to do that with, you know? come up with more ideas for more things to do. It's like this really cool mutual circle of motivation and fun, entertainment. Makes me happy. Oh, that's a tough black spot. There we go. There we go. Okay. That was a tough one. Minecraft you've been playing since you were 4 for 10 years? Nice. That's sick. The 2-week shiny hunting phase has hit me. Nice. What are you hunting for? What's on the list for shiny hunts right now? Let's just have a nice little realm. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I love Minecraft. It's so fun. Find yourself dressed as a mosquito. I know, right? That's crazy. That's such a funny moment. It's going to live on for a while, too, I think. That's pretty great. First stream I caught was for one of the 100-hour challenges in the world. You were fighting a Diablos and carded after you read my message, and thus the curse was born. No, I remember that. I don't remember what challenge it was. I was doing so many of those back then, back to back. But I do remember Morbid showing up, and I instantly died. And with a name like Morbid, you can't help but blame the person who has the name. That's a social contract thing. If you've got Morbid in the name and something dies around you, it's Morbid's fault. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, that's funny. Right now, you're going for Noctowl. Okay, sweet. Sweet. I actually don't know what color shiny Noctowl is. And also, I don't know what color most shinies are. So it's not like it's a strange thing for me to not know. Is it green? Is it? I'm taking a random color guess. Is shiny Noctowl green? What's that meme with the guy looking at the butterfly? There we go. Oh, man. Good. It's a great shiny. What is it? What color is it? Cross-eyed Cobra, how we doing? Everyone like the streams so Punchy could get fed tonight? True that. Punchy gets paid in likes, y'all. He doesn't get paid in dollar bills or zenny. Paid in likes. Thanks for doing that. Noctowl shine is kind of greenish gold. Okay, okay. Lucky guess. I'll have to look it up. I'll do that here in a moment. I gotta stop. I'm shrimping up on my chair right now. As soon as I change my posture, I'll look up shiny Noctowl and we'll look at it. But I've got myself in a specific position right now so I don't move my model around too much. Bwah, bwah, bwah. I'm also going to change the playlist while I'm at it. I never did get a copyright strike for playing all that Pokemon music last stream, chat. So I'm going to put it on again because it's chill. And I've already listened to this playlist today. Wonder when that happened. Okay. How we looking here, y'all? Pretty good. Now you're all nostalgic. My bad. Nostalgia is a good thing, though. I think it's fun. It's good to look back and reminisce, you know? Those are parts of our lives. We spent time doing that. And if it was worth it, that's what makes us like it so much, right? What's the opposite of nostalgia? Is it regret? That's an interesting question. Because there are definitely parts of my life where I look back and I don't remember them fondly, you know? That makes me think of regret instantly. But I feel like regret is more like decision issues. Like what decision I made, not necessarily the time. Because sometimes nostalgia is not, we made a choice and it was fun. Sometimes it's just, this is what happened and it was fun. Where I feel like regret is like decision based. but it's in the same ballpark, right? Y'all might have a better word for it than I do. But I haven't looked up at chat yet to see, so I'm gonna find out in a second. I'm kind of focused on this face right now. Hold on. We'll see if almighty chat knows the answer to the opposite of nostalgia. All right, there we go. Ooh, disdain. That's an interesting word. Disdain. That's not bad. Yeah, I like that. Interesting. Can disdain be used in present tense, or is it past tense only? Because I think of nostalgia as past tense only, right? Like we only use it when we look into the past. Is disdain used for current things as well? It's an interesting thought. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, envious? Envy, I kind of think of like jealousy almost. Like I want that thing. It's not fully jealousy, but it's kind of like jealousy. Like I wish it was like this. Versus I regret this, or it was the opposite. I could see it being similar though, because envy might be, if it would have gone this way, I would have been happy, but now I'm not because it didn't go this way. Envy kind of feels like what you go into. It is very interesting. It is kind of like nostalgia, but I think it's more like wishing it would have been this way versus this is what it was and I look back on it not fondly. I think it's in the same ballpark though when you're talking about words like that. Very interesting, very interesting. There's another one done, yeah? What's coming there? Ooh, longing, okay. Longing's good. I think there's really an opposite of nostalgia because nostalgia itself isn't innately positive. Ah. Okay, that's an interesting thought. I've kind of always pictured nostalgia as innately positive. Like I look back on this happily. Huh. If it's not innately positive and I've just viewed it that way, then that's a me thing, right? That's either I've been lucky with nostalgia or I don't know the word very well. Both of which could be true. You know? Not to say that my life has been fantastic all the time. That's not what I'm saying. I have things that I look back on that are not happy, but I don't look on those nostalgically. That's interesting. Interesting question. We're getting philosophical tonight, y'all. Hobby time philosophy. All right, let's stop painting that guy. I think we're good. I got four tyranids with black on them, chat. Only 5 left to go. It's taken me 50 minutes to do 4 of them. I think it's definitely used that way more often. Maybe that's a our culture is using it incorrectly kind of thing. Maybe. All right, chat. I wanna, while I'm doing this, what was I looking up again? Noctowl. I'm gonna look up Noctowl real fast. I'll put them on screen for you. I think I'll try. I am gonna share some hobby night progress photos if you're interested from the Hobby Time Discord channel that's linked in chat right now. If you want to share progress on the hobbies you're working on, just post it in there and tag me, and I'll put some pictures up. Okay, I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm just letting you guys know it's coming up here soon, like probably in the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna put some pictures. I'm gonna throw some pictures up on screen. So if you're interested, no pressure. Just wanted to let you know it's there. You know, I'm looking at this Noctowl shiny. You guys can see it on my background a little bit here. I'll bring it closer. It's kind of hard to see. I don't have a better way to show it right now though, but it kind of just looks like Noctowl. I suppose this is like normal Noctowl and this is shiny, right? It's like it's pretty much the same to me though. It looks similar. This might be the color blindness talking though. They look pretty similar to me. It might be more subtle and I'm not catching it as well, you know? Gotta get back to skies here. But can I share this on stream? I better move this out of the way if I can't. There we go. All right. I mean, I'm nostalgic about all kinds of old stuff that isn't really positive or negative, like seeing old commercials or pictures. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Huh. Yeah, I never really put those into the nostalgia category, but when you put it that way, I would agree with you. That when you see like the old Cookie Crisp commercials or whatever, you're like, oh yeah, that takes me back. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. That's interesting. Doesn't look any different. They kind of look the same, but I think it might be a color blindness thing for me. I hit my first Mega Barrel Bomb SAED. I'm starting to learn Charge Blade and Rise earlier today, and I'm in Master Rank. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. You're doing great. Loving the stream. Thanks, Darios. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We're painting away and talking it up. I noticed between last stream and this stream, we've only got one stream to look at for backup, you know, or for comparison points. Like, it's a lot quieter at this stream than it is on my other streams. Could be lots of reasons why. One for sure is that it's 7 p.m. my time and not 9 a.m. I'm definitely more energetic during the daytime than at nighttime. I do a lot better, like, in life, like being creative and stuff and planning and getting stuff done in the daytime. Once I get to about 1 p.m. Central, good luck. It doesn't have to be 1 p.m. Central, I guess. 1 p.m. the day. 1 p.m. whatever time zone I'm in. It starts going downhill pretty fast. And nighttime, I'm pretty chill, you know. Pretty easy going. Makes you wonder if maybe I should stream at night. Get a more chill tales. But Slytherin lover, how we doing? Good to see ya. Welcome to stream. You play Salamanders at Deathwatch. Nice. I have heard so much about the Salamanders in 11th edition times than ever before. Are they like really good right now? Like, I knew the Salamanders existed prior to 11th edition, but I only ever heard it from one player that I know that played Salamanders, and I never heard it talked about. And now that we're in 11th edition, I feel like I hear it all the time. I see Salamander constantly. So I'm wondering if it's just like really good this set or something, or if it just got really popular. I don't know, but it's interesting. Just starting 40k, picked up the Blood Ravens. Nice, nice. Cool. I don't know anything about Blood Ravens. I know nothing about them. Dude, this sculpt is messed up. We're gonna have to do some interesting color stuff on this guy because he is messed up. You like Tyranids too? Nice. I've never played the Tyranids, but I sure have painted some. Not much. They archive. Ah, okay, that's cool. That's fun. Your army's Deathwatch Salamanders. They get the best of both my favorite chapters. Well, there you go. Perfect. I'm Huffman. How we doing? Welcome to stream. Good to see you. What got you into 40k? Minis or 40. So what got you into 40k minis or 40k? I in high school did the Lord of the Rings tabletop miniature game with my friends. And I loved it. It was so fun. Did it for a long time, painted a ton. Finished like 2 games total, but played a lot of games. Because we'd always get all my friends together and do like, you know, 8-player death matches, and we'd never finish because they take forever. We just all run every single model we owned on the board and play. It was fun though. I really liked it a lot. And I loved getting together with my friends and painting. And then everyone moved away and had families and stuff, and we all stopped playing because we didn't live near each other, didn't have time.
and I still had my models. And so when I lived in Wisconsin, I would pull my models out like once a year and like paint up a few more just for fun, and then put them away and bring them back out again. And I finally realized, like, dude, if I want to do more stuff with painting models, I need to play a game that people play, because nobody I knew around me was playing the Lord of the Rings game anymore. So I sold all of my models, and I've actually made basically all of my money back because they had appreciated in value and not depreciated, which is pretty awesome. And I put all that money into some computer parts and 40K models. And I still haven't played a game of 40K. It's been 3 years. It's not because I don't want to, though. I've been kind of unlucky on the timeline. I bought them when I lived in Wisconsin. There's a bunch of people there that played at the local game store, so I was going to get in on the scene and get started. And then I got models, got started assembling, and then my wife and I moved to Minnesota like a month after I got models. And when I got to Minnesota, I immediately went around to the game stores around here and found a shop that had 40K nights and paint nights and all that stuff. And I went to one and met some people. And then like 4 weeks later, that shop closed. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. So I've had these models for like 3 years, just collecting dust. And every now and then I whip them out and I paint one or two and put them away, doing the same thing I did Lord of the Rings. But I want to play 40K really bad. And I know that at the very minimum, if I just sit and paint these, I'll be motivated to paint more and get more done down the road. And whenever I find a group of people to play with, I'll have a whole army ready to go so I can play with people. And that's a little bit of motivation for me for whenever I get to play a game, to have an army all set up, you know? So, and at the very minimum, like, I really want to finish an army so I can display it. So even if I never get to play a game, I can have it like up on a wall or in a cabinet somewhere, and it's my artwork. And I think having my artwork on display is cool. So I bought the Tyranids primarily because I thought the models were cool. I didn't even know what they did in the game, so I'd never played. I just picked out the army that looked the coolest and bought models. So I'm happy with that. I'm glad I did it that way. It's fun. How's painting going? Very good. It's slow today. Slow today. We're on black paint and it stresses me out because it goops and glops over everything. But it's going well. We're making progress. I got five models with black paint on them and 4 left to do. And that's way further than I was when I started streaming. That makes me feel happy. How you doing, Slack? Could never paint like that. It's not as bad as you think. It's more in your head. The shaky hands thing, I've got shaky hands too. Maybe not as bad as you. I don't know. I've never met you. But it's not as detail work as you think it has to be. There are definitely people who have more detailed work. But really, if you just put color on the plastic, it looks good. That's one of the really cool parts about the Games Workshop models, the people who make the 40K game. They're such good sculpts. Like, the models just look good on their own that you literally can paint them pretty much anything and it'll look good, you know? Obviously, you could challenge that and make something that looks awful. But you just slap color on these models and they start coming to life. It's very neat. They're well made that way. Unpainted anime figures, I know they exist, but I don't know where to get them from. Yeah. I know they exist. Also, if you know anybody who does 3D printing, there's a whole, like, what's it called? Like a website or websites of free, they're called STLs. That's the file type. STLs, which are 3D models or 3D prints that people have made that you can download the files of and print them for free anywhere on a 3D printer if you have one or have access to one. If you haven't done model painting before, but you've got somebody who does 3D printing, having them print an STL for you of just one model to try it out, I think is worth doing before you go crazy buying a bunch of stuff, because it can get expensive fast. That's something that didn't exist when I started painting miniatures, so I was on eBay all the time. On eBay looking for people's used collections. So I would get a really good deal on models and get them cheap. And then these Tyranids, most of them I got in store brand new, because I knew what I was doing and I knew what I was getting into, and I didn't want to have somebody else's broken models in my collection that I had to repair or throw out. But when I did Lord of the Rings, I didn't have any money. So I couldn't buy stuff new. So I would go looking around on eBay and find deals and then save up my money for those deals. And I got a pretty good collection out of that. And then like I said, I ended up making my money back on them years and years later because they actually went up in value, which is kind of fun. I basically rented the models for 10 years and made my money back on them. But that's not going to happen to everything you buy, obviously. I wouldn't bank on that. That was just a lucky thing. Part of me wishes now I still had those, but only part of me. It took up a lot of space. I've still got some models that I saved because I just liked the sculpts a lot and I didn't want to sell them. And I literally, they've been under my bed for like since I've been married, 8 years, just sitting under a bed. I never look at them. I took them out the other day because I was looking for something and I saw the box and I was like, oh, I forgot I had these. It's probably good that I don't have the old models because they just sit in a box, you know. But there's part of me that wonders if it would be cool to put those in a display instead of sell them to show how my progression of painting has gone. But I also have nowhere to display them right now, so it would just collect dust. I don't really mind. I don't really mind that they're gone now. Join the server. Heck yeah, welcome, Patches. Good to see you. Welcome to stream 2. Thanks for hanging out. All right, chat. Should we do some hobby time updates? Yeah, I got a couple people who pinged me. That's pretty fun. That's great. Oh, you got somebody there. You're good to go then. Yeah. Lisa Frank themed Space Marine. Oh, I don't know what that is. Who's Lisa Frank? Attempted to try clay again. Oh, yeah. Pottery's so fun. Yeah. Pottery's so fun. You're not going for a bold color palette. You're going for a minimalist color palette. Oh, I'll show you. Here's what we're doing for the scheme. I've got some finished warrior. Oh, he's missing an arm. What happened to it? Here we go. I've got these arms magnetized. They pop off sometimes if I'm not good with it. Oh, you probably saw it for the thumbnail maybe too, but that's the paint theme I'm going for right now. Well, this got twisted. There we go. Trying to do like red and blue on the carapace there, and then bone white for the arms so we can see them off the table. Yeah. So all the termagants will look pretty similar to this as well. Yeah. I'm pumped for them. I think this paint scheme is really cool. I like it a lot. The 90s rainbow and bright colors for Lisa Frank. Okay, I'll do that. Let's do it. Lisa Frank Space Marine. Oh, like synthwave. Okay, I see ya. Like this. Like synthwave like. That's cool. Yeah. It looks kind of like oh, what's it called? Cyberpunky almost. Kind of cyberpunk. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna switch screens here. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, let's put this on screen. There we are. Now we got updates. Okay, here's some hobby time updates, y'all. some hobby time updates from people who are watching the stream right now and doing hobbies. Harper posted this. Harper makes dice bags, crochets them. I've got one dice bag from Harper at my house, but this is the one that Harper's working on right now. Looks good. Nice job. Lisa Frank's hella nostalgic because your sister loved your stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay, nice. Not bad. Not bad. Good work, Harper. Okay, good. Skies confirmed. So Skies is working on this. I'll scroll through these. Skies is working on a fan-made Pokemon game and is doing some sprite work for Garchomp right now. So here's this, and there's some eggs there. They're kind of hard to see, but they're there. There's Gibble. Yeah, these look great. These look great. I don't know how different it is from the original, but I know that Skies is working on stuff with it. I don't know the sprites that well. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah. Oh, it's knitting. My bad. My bad. Sorry. These look great. These look great. Very cool. Okay, there's that. I can't see this name. Uh-oh. Hold on. We could do it this way. There's Rosa. Rosa's classic Rosa. So here's a quick story, chat. Rosa and a couple other viewers on stream today made some Monster Hunter layered armor set that they coined the name as the Mosquito Maids. And it's so gross. But this is a drawing that Rosa's doing of the mosquitoes. That's fantastic. It looks great, Rosa. It looks great. Nice work. Yeah, the Mosquito Maids. That's so good. Very nice. Very nice. Here's Ticker Spray doing some crochet on a shawl. That thing's huge. That's bigger than I thought it was. I saw your original picture, Ticker Spray, and I didn't know how big it was. I didn't know the scale of where it was, but now seeing that next to the office chair, I get the scale now. That's big. Nice work. Nice work. That's coming together well. Very nice. Oh, Matthew is Skies. Okay, good. Nice. Not bad. Very well done, Ticker Spray. It looks awesome. Good. Here's Mythia. Oh, hold on. I got to read what Mythia was doing. Inspired by a certain squad. Oh my gosh. Mythia's doing some mosquito art too. Mythia, this looks awesome. Nice work. Look at all the talent we got around here. Isn't that fun? Your crochet shawl is 5 feet wide at the top. Yikes. Yeah, that's so big. Nice. That's very good. Mythia, this looks awesome. Nice work, y'all. Nice work. Very good. The mosquito squad is taking traction. Scary. Here's what Muse Wolf is working on. Won't last the entire stream because the cursed time zones while throwing my stuff in. That's all good. Yeah. That's all good. Muse is working on some art as well. There you go. Not bad. Man, you guys are so talented. Holy mackerel. It's like, what's that saying? Comparison is the thief of joy. Because I always look at other people's stuff and I'm like, gosh, dude, I wish I could do that. And then there's people who look at what I'm doing. They're like, gosh, dude, I wish I could do that. I really love this right here. I know that's silly because we got the whole art, but this chair is going to break. And that's what this is here for. That's so fun. Nice, y'all. Nice work. Very cool. Thanks, everybody, for sharing what you're working on. That's super fun. We'll do more of that in future hobby streams as well, okay? It'll be a good time. Thanks, everybody. That's so fun. You guys are seeing what I'm doing. I won't show off. You guys are already seeing what I'm up to, but that's so great. I love that. Gosh, that's so fun. You have a negative artistic ability. My 12-year-old draws exceptionally better than I ever could. It's all practice, honestly. It's all practice. There's very few people that are born with it. It just takes time. And then the next question is, where do I get the time to do all that stuff? And that's the problem, is some people just prioritize it higher than others. Yeah. But it's cool to appreciate it from other people too, right? See what people are doing. I think that's fun.
We need Tails to start reading us Warhammer books while he works on these. There's no way I could read books and paint these models at the same time. I can barely talk to you guys and paint these models at the same time. Oh, did you get your posted, Slytherin? Let me see if it's there. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me pull it up quick. I'll get it for you. There it is. Oh, Space Marine 2, huh? Very good. Very good. Bulwark class. Are you doing the new update? Are you checking out the stuff they just added? I've been watching some of that on YouTube. Nice. Very cool. I like it. Oh, dude, I tweaked my elbow doing that. There we go. Okay. Very cool. Nice work. Nice work. Whew. All right. We're back. Let's get rid of that just in case. Very good. Thanks for sharing that, y'all. Need to figure out my next crochet project now because I finished that shawl. See, check it out though. Like, isn't it cool that now you get to work on another project? You got it done. That's so fun. We made progress. We made progress on the old hobbies. Now you get to do another one. I love that. That makes me happy. What's the next crochet project Tigger Spray is going to make? I don't know. I'm excited to see what it's going to be though. Did I actually just run out of black paint? Uh-oh, chat. I might be out of black paint. You're doing the new missions hopefully later tonight? Nice, nice. For Space Marine. Uh-oh. This might be my first. It's okay. We got a little bit left in here. This is gonna be my very. Okay, there's more than I thought. It just got a little clogged. I take it back. That's the lowest paint bottle I have though. That might be the very first paint bottle I actually use up. I've had this paint for 13 years. 13 years. And I've never used up a paint bottle. That might be my first one. We're getting there. I likely wouldn't have finished the shawl for a while if not for the hobby streams this week. Oh man, Tigger Spray, that makes me feel so good. That makes me feel so good. I'm so glad that you're participating in this with me. It's so encouraging to me. It makes me want to keep doing stuff. I love that. We should do more hobby streams, huh? I loved hearing that. That's so encouraging. I'm pumped. Congrats on finishing that shawl. That's so good. Nice work. What a good day for Tigger Spray, huh? You had a lot of stuff happening today. I remember earlier today too. Big errands today. That's so fun. Oh man, I love that. Love it. Pumps me up. So sad when you run out of art supplies. Yeah, I don't like replacing art supplies, but there's also that side feeling of like, at least I used it all, you know? It's a whole different feeling when it's like, I spilled it all over the carpet. And now I have to replace it. That's what really makes me mad. That doesn't happen very often for me though. I'm pretty careful. I don't like replacing it that way, so I take some precautions. That is a reason why wifey and I aren't ready to have kids, because there will be a whole bunch of supplies that we own that are just going to get broken and thrown around and mishandled and destroyed, and I don't think we're ready for that yet. Oh lordy. Hobby Street generally so fun, just like hanging out. Same here. Same here. I gotta tell you up front, chat, I was looking at the Discord today between this stream and last stream and just seeing what people were posting updates about and talking about and all that stuff. And I told wifey at dinner, I was like, I'm so pumped for tonight because people are like actually excited about hobby night. And that makes me excited, right? It's so sweet. Like I'm not bending arms for people to show up to this night, you know? It just exists and people show up and come hang out and they're talking about it in anticipation. That makes me so pumped. And so I keep telling wifey, I'm like, or I told her tonight, I said, I'm gonna need to schedule more of these because it's just really fun. So the evolution of Giddy Fox Gaming, we're not gonna stop doing what we're doing. I'm gonna keep doing morning streams like I've been doing for the last few years, but whenever I've got hobbies I want to work on, maybe I'll just schedule hobby nights now instead of looking at the computer monitor for 2 hours and not actually doing my hobbies.
That's fun. Gosh, dude, I am wrecking this model. I'm painting too fast on this guy. Whoops. A little bit sleep deprived. Sorry to hear that. You've got such a different schedule than I've got too. We're in the same time zone, but your mornings are way earlier than my mornings are. So I understand why you'd be so tired, for sure. Makes sense to me. The baker's knife. See you, Patches. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Sleep well. What do you think of the Predator Annihilator I got? Actually won that. Dude, I saw your post about that, Nig, that you just won a tank. I was like, what the heck? I want to win a tank. That was the word envy. That's the definition. When I saw you post about winning that tank, I learned what the definition of envy was. That's so sick, yeah. Did you win it painted or did you paint it? I assumed that you painted it, but I don't actually know if you got it like fully assembled and painted or if you got the kit from the giveaway. That's so sick though. That's really awesome. Inventory day to day. Yeah. Those are tough ones. Agreed. I've played Space Marine 2 actually. Yeah. I've gotten through the whole campaign. I just didn't do all the end game stuff. It's a fun game. It's very good. The new update looks really cool. I wasn't as jazzed about the Tech Marine, but that's just a preference thing more than anything. Yeah, Space Marine 2 is awesome. Sounds good, Morbid. See you soon. It's all painted. It's the Joy Toy. Oh, it's the Joy Toy. Okay. That's not a Games Workshop miniature for the game. That's a like proper action figure kind of thing. Like a display piece. Oh my gosh, that thing's got to be huge. Those are always way bigger than the models are. Is it the size of your living room? Need to do a stream playing with people? I can't. Unfortunately, YouTube is not very good about that. Even these hobby streams are kind of a stretch for me to do. They're in a whole new category, so I don't feel as bad about it. But I think I might have to unlist these streams like next week so that YouTube doesn't get mad at me and start suggesting things to people that it doesn't want to. But yeah, I wish I could stream all the games that I want to play and can play, but I cannot. Someday, and this is the charge for everybody. When this channel gets really, really big, which is on all of us, not just me. I can't do it on my own. When this channel gets really, really big, then we can do more variety gaming stuff and play lots of games with people. But we're too small right now. I would love to play games with people on stream and do lots of different games, but I can't do it. Oh, this face. This gribbly little face. I am reminding myself though too that it doesn't have to be perfect because these things are just big old biomass eaters. They're not pristine sets of armor. They're organic bugs. They don't need to all look the same. It's probably better that they don't. Having some variation in the pieces is a good thing. So it's no big deal. Hylian's leaving. See you, Hylian. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. As much as I'd like to stay. Oh, Mythia's taking off. See you, Mythia. Thank you so much. It was great having you around for streams today. I appreciate you a lot. We'll catch you later, okay? Have a great one. Thanks for hanging. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you a lot. Thanks for spending time with me. Jackbox? Yeah, I've done Jackbox in the past. It was fun. I was gonna do Jackbox every stream before Monster Hunter. Like as people were showing up and stuff, we'd have Jackbox playing. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I could just get more stuff done if I just do Monster Hunter the whole time. I think the problem is most of my videos that I do, hold up chat, this song is driving me crazy right now. Most of the videos that I do, they're not small like 1 day things or half day things or whatever, you know. They're like multi-week things and sometimes shorter. And with a timeline like that, with just how much work there is to do to get that done, I have to spend all the time I can to make it because it just takes so long for me to make that stuff. Whereas if I was doing projects that only took a couple hours, having stuff to do before that on stream while people are filtering in and all that, that makes sense, right? Because I'm only going to do that one project on stream anyways. And so I'll have some time to do other stuff. But I don't with my current project sets. So then that begs the question, like, well then, Tails, why don't you change it? I spent most of last year trying to change it. And part of the problem was that Monster Hunter Wilds has been in a really bad phase since it released. Like, the average gamer doesn't like Monster Hunter Wilds. And so it just doesn't perform well to begin with. But the other half of it is I changed what my method was, and instead of doing three-week projects for videos, I was doing, you know, 1 week projects or multiple hour projects instead of 100-hour projects, and just nobody watched them. Which was a pretty big sign of like, okay, Tails, you can't do this right now. I couldn't make ends meet doing that. We had to go back to bigger projects because that's what people actually watch. And I would rather have people watch my videos than not watch my videos, even if it takes multiple weeks to do them. Just because you made a video doesn't mean people are going to watch it. And so it's about finding what works and what doesn't work. And right now what's working is, you know, big multi-week projects. And it doesn't bother me, but it does mean that I can't do everything that I want to do, like other games or on stream or Jackbox or stuff like that. So I've just got so much stuff I have to get done for those big projects. And that's okay. That's okay. I've come to terms with that, honestly. At first this last year, I was kind of like, I'm not really up for being the 100-hour person forever. So I'm going to change that. And I spent a long time trying to change it and it didn't work. And when I got back to, excuse me, when I got back to doing the 100-hour thing again, and I saw people watch my video, I was like, I like when people watch my videos. I'm going to make more 100-hour things. I like it when people watch my videos more than when they don't. I don't really mind the 100-hour time limit if that's the case. So yeah, it's all good. Jackbox with all the mods. Someday maybe, yeah. It all depends on the projects that come up. I can tell you for sure I have the desire to do stuff like that. I would love to do stuff like that. But the problem is being able to. That stuff will happen when I've got time, when I don't have to do these massive projects, and or if I get massive projects done and I have extra time, which just as a solo guy on YouTube, there ain't much of that, you know. There ain't much of that. And then there's the back and forth, right? Like, well, Tails, you're doing hobby night right now. Like, you could be doing all that stuff. Yep, you're right. The difference is that The stuff I'm doing now is stuff I'd be doing if I wasn't streaming. We're like Jackbox and other games I maybe will do for a night or two, but I'm not going to stream it necessarily. I would do it if I was streaming it, but I may or may not the nights that I'm not streaming it. This is something that if I'm doing it with everybody else, I actually get it done. If I do it on my own, I have the desire to it and I spend my time doing it, but sometimes I don't. So it's a better use of my time right now for things that I'm trying to do anyways. Probably would have time in Rise, but Rise isn't popular on YouTube anymore, I've noticed. Yeah. Rise had like this weird uptick right when Wilds came out for a very short amount of time, where people were like, Rise is peak, it's the best Monster Hunter game, like probably a month or two after Wilds came out, and then it died really fast. And I think what ended up happening, and it's sad, but that's the reality, is that people played Rise because it was talked about as being like a peak game, and they realized that they misremembered how much is not good about Rise. There are lots of great things about Rise, but there are also a handful of things about Rise that are not good. And when you've got the choice of other Monster Hunter games to play that don't have those things in it, people go back to that. And World has been on top for games not Wilds since Wilds came out. And it's because it just has a better flow for a video game. It doesn't have as many knocks against it. That doesn't mean Rise isn't worth playing. Like I always say, Rise is a great game, but it has flaws. And there was a lot of talk about Rise being peak, and I think people went to play it because it was called peak, and they realized it's not peak. It's just another Monster Hunter game. Don't like the movement on it. The problem, there's other things beyond that. The biggest one for me is the spirit birds. That's the biggest problem with Rise for me. If they took spirit birds out of the game, it still wouldn't fix everything that I don't like about the game. But spirit birds are so egregious for me. It's really hard for me to be excited to fire the game up. So, and I think people forget about how annoying that is until they haven't played Rise in a while, and they're like, oh yeah, Rise, really fun. The hunts are great, and they are. The hunts are really fun. But getting to the hunt and getting prepared for the hunt, nah. Yeah, it has issues, yeah. And that's the thing, yeah, that's the thing. It's not that the game's bad, and I'll never say that either. I don't think Rise is bad. It's just you have to compare it to the other games that are like it. And the other games that are like it are Monster Hunter Wilds and Monster Hunter World. Which one's better of those three? It's not Rise, unfortunately. Rise is good, but it's not number one. And when you're spending $5 to play a game and you get to pick between Rise and World, dude, $5 for World, that's a steal. $5 for Rise is a steal too, but Rise has more flaws than World does. by quite a bit, actually. So it's totally understandable. Dingus Bud Productions, how we doing? We got Harper and Lance in the same room. How was Slime Rancher? How was Slime Rancher? Once you platinum Rise, probably won't ever touch it again. Bummer. Sorry to hear that. Good luck on platinum though. Set at a time, I think people can't generally like something if you don't acknowledge its flaws. You see a split of people going, oh wow, this is great, and well, that sucks. And there are a few in between that spectrum. Yeah, I think that's a problem with the internet in general, honestly. Like I have to explain myself constantly, especially about Rise, that I think Rise is a great game, but it has its flaws. And that both of those can be true. Whereas a lot of people on the internet assume if somebody says they don't like something about something, that they hate that thing completely. Like, no, that there could be flaws and still be good about some stuff, you know? Rise is a really good example of that. It's still a great game. I would rather play Rise over lots of other video games. But people are asking me which games are better between World, Wilds, and Rise. And so if I'm comparing those three games, Rise is the bottom of that list for me. But I think Rise is better than Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter 2 and probably Monster Hunter 3. I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen 1 and 2. Like, if you're going to tell me to go play a Monster Hunter game, I'm picking Rise up over most of the Monster Hunter games. But I get asked a lot to compare the last three with each other because they're the easiest and most accessible to play. And so people will hear me say that Rise is the bottom of the list. They're like, oh, Tails hates Rise. No, I don't. Rise is fine. But it's like, it's mid-level. It's not top tier game for me. There are other games that are top tier games for me when it comes to Monster Hunter. So I usually play them first. An interesting part of the internet for sure. And it's literally mostly driven because of views and money. You can't take the middle of the road on YouTube with your opinions because no one will watch it. You have to pick like or love or hate. You can't pick in the middle. If no one watches your video, you don't get paid. And so things gravitate that direction for YouTube videos anyways. It's like that in other social medias as well. I'm just using YouTube because that's what platform I'm on. It's the same on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. Musewolf leaving? See you, Musewolf. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for sharing your work with us too. We'll catch you later, okay? Take it easy. Rest up. Okay, we're almost done with this game. This guy I feel the least confident on right now. How many gaunts have we painted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on 7 right now, but we're not done with them. We're just putting black paint on them. It's not as much as I would like, but it's something, you know. Maybe get it. I was never into Monster Hunter until I came across the channel. Oh, heck yeah. You paid $1 for World. Holy cats. That is the steal of a century. That's hundreds of hours of game content for $1. Heck yeah. Nice work. Yeah, hard to beat that. We gotta get these toesies. These hooves. Put a smile on your face. Oh, that's nice of you. We're all about the good vibes, you know. Having fun. Button chops? Oh man, yeah, that was classic. Yeah, that's not coming back, unfortunately. I've talked to Wifey about that a few times. I was like, Wifey, I've got people asking about the mutton chops. What's the dollar amount that needs to be paid in order for me to cut mutton chops again? And she's like, please don't do this. Yeah, those are never coming back. That's fair. That's fair. I think the people who want it done have to have a conversation with my wife, not me, to see where she'll bend if that's going to happen. But she has to live with me with the mutton chops the whole time, you know. She gets a say in that. Oh, thank God. The first time I did mutton chops, that was a Tails decision. I did that for me. And it was fun. But it didn't last very long. The second time was because of a challenge issued to my viewers. We were trying to get memberships on the channel. And we did it. And so we cut him live on stream. Cut my beard. It was funny. It was a good time. But then my wife had to live with it for a little while. I think the worst part about the mutton chops at that time, though, is that I didn't cut them fully center on my face. And so I would look at the camera and my lamb chops were like off to the side. That was pretty rough. I bet my wife saw that way more than I saw it because I didn't look in the mirror all the time, you know, but she looked at me often. Oh man, that cracked me up, dude. Oh, we got one more spot here. Almost missed it. There we go. All right. Another one conquered, painted. You don't understand right now, chat, how pumped I am. You can't see this very well. Let me put it down here. Do you see that pile of bugs right there? You see that pile of bugs? Do you know, you won't fully understand it because I'm feeling it and you're not. But I feel so good that we have this much black paint on 7 gaunts right now, but we're gonna have 9 gaunts by the end of this. That makes me feel so happy to see progress made on these gaunts. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So exciting. I love that. They look awesome. Thank you. The more color they get, the better they look. Yeah. You're surprised Harper let you shave your beard for 100th sub mark? That's sick though. That's sick. I mean, it's a good reward. It's a good reward for sure. Wolverine style, you know, in my skinnier days, I probably would have pulled off the lamb chops better. Fat Wolverine isn't very good looking, I'll tell you what. Oh man. What other content do you think you could do that isn't gaming? Do you think you'd have a channel focused on this for what you're doing now? I've thought about it. It's hard to say because even when I started YouTube and doing Monster Hunter, that was the game I was playing at the time. And honestly, the fact that it's stuck and people watch my videos still makes me very happy to this day because I'm very fortunate that I'm where I'm at on YouTube at the time I got there. Very, very fortunate. I do think that the encouragement and the feedback that I've gotten from making videos about Monster Hunter over the years has made me want to do YouTube more. I think that's a side benefit a lot of people don't get to see or realize when they do content creation is, especially if you make things people like and not just a bunch of controversial crap that you try to get a bunch of views on, but then people are arguing with you constantly about. I just realized I missed the shin guard on this guy. I gotta repaint that. Like if you're doing stuff that people really like and enjoy, you're gonna get feedback from people about how awesome it is. So if I did a channel on like painting models, the only way I know I could do it long term is if I got really good feedback on it. Because if people were coming in and being like, dude, you need to change this, or you suck at painting or whatever, I probably wouldn't do it. You know, I probably wouldn't do it. The problem with painting for me though, outside of that for YouTube, is I pick up painting like 2-3 times a year and then I drop it. And part of that is because I want to do painting and the game with people, and I don't have people to do it with, and so I get pretty tired out. Hobby night is very motivating. I've been thinking about these models all week, but we're only 2 days into hobby night. And so we'll see how it goes in the future on how long we paint. I would like to keep painting. I really would. I would love to keep painting. Can I make a whole channel about it? Probably not at this point. I don't know if I have the gusto to do it long term. But there's so many other things that I do in life in general, or that I know, like I would love to do a pottery channel. I really think I could crush one of those. The problem with pottery is that I don't have the money to do a pottery channel and to get a studio set up, as well as cameras for IRL stuff. Like I'm using my phone for this camera right now. I don't have cameras and things like that. I'm not a videographer like that. Video games are easy to film because you're just screen recording. I don't have to set all that stuff up really. So I've thought about a pottery channel pretty hard. And the main problem with the pottery channel is not the skill level or the motivation. It's the finances and a permanent spot. I live in an apartment. If I had a house and I could set up a pottery studio at the house on the land, there's more possibility that I think I could do that and make a lot of content around it and a lot of cool ideas. I have tons and tons and tons of pottery ideas. But I just don't have the space or the finances right now to do stuff like that. So who knows what that turns into down the road in my life? It might be that, I don't know, 5-6 years from now, more maybe, if I get into a home and have a pottery studio and we are doing okay financially, do that stuff, that I start another channel to do that kinds of things. I would love to do that, truly. But at this point in my life, I just don't have the resources for it. So I just do what I can with what I got. And there's other things I could probably lace into that, but for YouTube, like doing one topic, oh, that's not the right word. One activity is a better way to do YouTube than doing a lot of varied ideas, just because it's hard to find people who do all the things that you do, right? Like we could use these streams as an example. There's like 30 people watching right now. Super pumped you're here. Thank you for hanging out. Finding people who do hobbies and play Monster Hunter in the same day is really tough, because my streams earlier today, we were at like 150 people. And that, it doesn't bother me. I knew that this viewership would be less because this isn't my normal audience. But if you think about doing YouTube as a full-time job and you're trying to make videos and content around lots of things, finding people that enjoy all of that stuff is really hard, because it's just so varied, you know. It's a really wide net, and there's not a whole lot of things that fit in that wide net. So starting with one activity is the way to go to grow and to make it something you can sustain financially. But as the channel grows, people will show up because of the person running the channel more than the activities at some point. Hopefully, that's what the goal is, right? That's when you get to start lacing in some other ideas with what you're doing more reliably. But that's a long time from when you start. I'm nowhere near that. That's just how it works. And I don't mind that either. It's not that big a deal. Yeah. That's a great question. Thanks for asking about that. Pay to channel or not, enjoy watching you do this. That's nice of you. Yeah, that's nice of you. I think for now, just having something to, you know, blow off some steam and hang out with people is great. I'm happy to do that. Making videos on stuff probably won't. I don't have time to edit more videos for painting stuff in addition to Monster Hunter, but this is time I'd be spending painting anyways. So live streaming it is pretty good too. Like you as the creator, show more for you the activity. Yeah. The difference is that you probably showed up to my first stream because of what I was doing first, and then you got to know me, and then you stuck around, right? And that's how YouTube works. Is almost never do people like go scrolling through YouTube and like, oh, that's a cool face, I'm gonna click that channel because that's a cool face. They're usually like doing something that you are interested in, then you click the video, and then you get to know that person through the video, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could watch this guy do anything, right? That's a pretty common thing. And so when you have a lot of scattered activities, you got to try to find people that do those activities. And it's hard to keep those people around when you do that activity once and then you never do it again. You do something else. Yeah. And time of day matters a lot. Yes. Time of day matters a lot. Agreed. Come for the tail, stay for the punchy. That's great. That's great. Mr. Glazed, how we doing? Good to see you. Welcome to stream. Howdy. Howdy. Chad, I got to put you on a quick pause. I am out of coffee, and so I'm gonna go grab a water to be very healthy. I'll just leave my screen up though. You guys can look at this, but let me go grab a water bottle real fast, okay? And then we'll keep painting. BRB. We back. Used to not watch streams till recently. Had your channel on my page for a bit now. Started showing up more. Yeah, well, YouTube's doing his job then, huh? Yeah, my guess is, I don't know who you are personally, not Vex. We've never met. But my guess is that my channel popped up on your page because you've done stuff with Monster Hunter before, or you're just getting started on Monster Hunter, and YouTube caught that, right? And said, okay, well, here's some Monster Hunter channels for you. And it showed you a whole bunch, and I happen to be one of them, right? And then once you click the video, because I had a good enough idea or something that you were involved in that made you interested, now it's showing the videos more often because you watched one. That's how YouTube functionally is trying to keep you on their platform. It's like, if you watched one of this guy's videos, you probably liked enough to watch another one. Here's another one. And for me, the benefit for me of that happening is that I want you to watch more of my videos. And so the way that I get you to watch more of my videos is not just to make anything that I have an idea on. It's to make things that YouTube's already putting in front of you that I have ideas on. And what they put in front of you was Monster Hunter stuff. And that's like most people in my viewership, right? There's a few of you guys who come and hang out and do other stuff with me. Thanks. I appreciate you guys. I do. But it's unlikely that the average person's going to show up for the random things that I do versus the Monster Hunter things, because YouTube's already proven that people like my Monster Hunter stuff. So I got to keep doing that. So it's this weird cycle. Eventually it'll change over as the channel gets bigger. You got to look at it in percentages, right? 100% of the people. Okay, it's actually not true. Let's say 80% of the people who watch my videos watch another one of my videos, right? That's not the actual number. I'm using arbitrary numbers here because we know that not everybody comes back and watches the second one. But let's say that a majority do. Yeah, they watch back, they watch another one of my videos. There's way less people in that percentage that come back for anything else. They're just here for this video. But if I want to do something that's not Monster Hunter, it's not 80% of people that are going to watch that video again. They came for Monster Hunter. They didn't come for me. And so if we look at percentage of viewers that I need to have watch a video, if it's percentage is the right number, if it's a flat number of people that I need to watch my videos to be able to pay rent, then the percentage of people that need to watch that needs, like in terms of my total numbers now versus total needed to hit that flat number, is way bigger. If I gotta have 30,000 people watch a video, but only 5% of people will watch something not Monster Hunter from my channel, then I need a lot of people on my channel who will watch whatever I make to be able to make something not Monster Hunter, you know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think so, anyways. I think so. Not even gonna lie, I enjoyed watching, but was headed to the chat at first until the one chat I made about Rhydon. It's been enjoyable after seeing how chill you are. Well, that's fun, though. That's fun. I'm glad you've been watching outside of that, even. Yeah, chatting is not the determining factor for me on whether you're cool or not. I obviously can't get to know people if I don't hear from you, but it's not my goal to make it so that everybody chats. But whether you chat or not, I'm happy you're here. I love that you're hanging out, and I'm glad that you've been comfortable enough since then to talk too. That makes me know that I'm doing what I wanted to set out to do, is to have a nice chill gaming time, hang out with people. You know, if I'm not putting people on edge, that's exactly what I want. I know that the only person I'm putting on edge is Buff Manly, and that's fine. I don't care if I put Buff Manly on edge. He puts me on edge all the time too. It's a mutual friendship that Buff and I have. Yeah. Just for context, chat, Buff Manly and I have been friends for 20 years. I gotta give him crap when I can, you know. See if he's still listening to me. You might not even be here anymore. Oh, that's so fun. No, I love to hear that. That's so great. Yeah, we're really easy going around here, and even more so now with the hobby streams, because it's at night, you know. Daytime, I'm a little more jovial. No, I don't know exactly why that's the case. It's just kind of how I've always been. Morning times are my time. My wife is a sleeper. She likes her sleep. She'll sleep in for a long time. Man, the other day, I think it was Sunday. She slept till noon. You know how much stuff I had done and worked on by noon that day? She woke up and I went and took a nap. But she's also not a night owl either. She just likes to sleep. So morning time, I usually crush a whole bunch of stuff and wifey's chilling. And then in the middle of the day, wifey and I hang out and catch up and be awesome married people. There's Buff. You never know when my next Would You Rather's coming. True, yeah. True. I look pretty regularly at any stream I tune into. It's nice to be able to pop in and say hi before doing my own thing alongside y'all. It's nice of you to do that. I appreciate it. It's always good to have you. I've heard a lot of advice online with streaming of like, do you call out the lurkers? I mean, people who watch the stream but don't talk. Do you say hi to them? Not call out like reprimand, not like that. Like, do you acknowledge that they exist? You know, because people are lurking because they want to have their own space and not put on the spot and stuff like that, or they're busy with other stuff. You know, I think that's very fair. So I have a hard time knowing whether I should say something or not. But literally, people who watch stream and don't say stuff in chat are like the bread and butter of live streaming. Like, they make streaming work. Like, I'm grateful for everybody who's watching, whether you're typing or not. I really am grateful, because just you being here watching the stream makes a big difference. And it makes me happy. And I know it's not all about me, but like, that's all the experience I can share is my own experience. So yeah. Anyways, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching. And like I said, whether you're typing or not, I'm glad you're here. Don't feel pressure like you have to. And if you do, don't worry. I'm not going to blow you up. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I've only had to blow up like 1 or 2 people over the course of 3 years because they come in fighting. They don't come in to say hi. They come in to tell me I'm stupid. I don't really take that, but I usually don't say anything about it. I usually just ban it. I usually just ban it and move on. I get some really interesting first-time messages from people, especially on Twitch. There's a whole different viewership on Twitch compared to YouTube. Different audience or something. I get some really interesting things that come in of people, just weird things that they say that are not, I can't read them out loud. So you guys will never know if you watch on YouTube. There's a lot of things that you guys never even see that make it on that Twitch chat, and I have to instantly ban it. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Not that I expect that everyone has to, you know, follow certain rules or whatever. There's an unwritten rules on all of these streamers you watch on what's appropriate and what's not. But part of it is like, dude, read the room, you know? And most of it is these people don't even know who I am. They're just being goofy. But I don't really tolerate it that much. I think it makes it for a worse experience for most of the people who are here when stuff like that happens, you know? Should hop on Twitch more. You want to read that stuff? If it were up to me, and it's not, I have both streams up on purpose so you guys can watch however you want. But if you were to ask, hey Tails, what's your preference on where people should watch? I would lead you to the YouTube channel. I've got Twitch up literally because people asked me about it for so long, because they want to watch on Twitch. And I don't mind that people watch on Twitch, truly. But for me as a creator, YouTube is way better for me than Twitch is. And if it's no different to the viewer, then I obviously will put my my preference out there. But it's not about my preference, it's about your preference. If you would rather watch on Twitch, it's there for you. Happy to have you. I made it for you. Oh, you want to see the other side of the coin? I got you. I got you. Night Dragon, how we doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Interested to see you painting Warhammer. I got into the hobby 6 months ago. Just finished building Leviathan box. Sweet. Hope your efforts in paint do wonders in your minis. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Dude, that Leviathan box is sick. I wanted to get one so bad because Space Marines is what I want to do after Tyranids. And the Leviathan box was half Tyranids, half Space Marines. And I was like, it would be an investment in my future. I get some new Tyranid models, and then whenever I finish them, I can paint the Space Marines up because I already own them. And then I realized that all I'm doing is justifying the cost of more models that I don't have time to paint. I could get a Leviathan box in the future. That'll probably be one of my next purchases with models once all of these Tyranids are painted and done. If I'm looking to buy more models, it's probably going to be a Leviathan box. Do I need more mods? No. No amount of mods are going to stop people from jumping into a chat and saying dumb stuff. Modding is all reactionary, right? There's some pro action that you can do, and I've got some of that set up for the really bad stuff. But you'll never be able to stop everything proactively. And there's not enough activity on Twitch where I have to have a mod there all the time. So we're good. But if we keep growing, then obviously I'll reach out. I'll ask. But we're good for now. Yeah. But thanks. Thanks for asking. I feel bad for not looking at the camera. I'm just letting you guys know that I feel bad. I'm not going to look though right now because I'm painting a model. I can't do both. But a thought goes through my brain every now and then where it's like, Tails, you got to look up. People want to see your big dumb face. But I can't do it. I'm painting. I should put a picture of Punchy over my camera so you guys can look at Punchy while I'm painting. I'm goofy but respectfully. Oh, I don't mind goofy. I think goofy's fine. I absolutely want people to be goofy. It's not goofy is the word I'm using on the low end of the scale of what people are actually doing. It's rude, obnoxious, and very inappropriate are the things that I take out of Twitch chat and have to ban people on. I was just being kinder with my words. No, please be a goof. Please be a goof. It's fun. It may not seem like it. I don't know why. But like, I'm a very sarcastic person. I think just being on camera and running my own business makes me feel like I have to be prim and proper all the time. When in reality, like, I think sarcasm's hilarious. That's been my whole life. And there's a few people here on the channel that like I goof with that way pretty often because we've gotten to know each other that well. But I don't know everybody the same way that way, so I can't treat everybody like that out the gate, you know? But I tell you that up front because the goofiness is what makes it the most fun. I could take jokes. I like the sarcasm. I think it's fun. But you also got to read the room a little bit of like, what can we and can't we say here? And can you figure that out before you say something awful? Not you specifically, but these chatters that I have to ban, you know? There's a line. Sarcasm is a key part of humor. Yeah, same. My friends and I, my family and I were all sarcastic. My father-in-law is very sarcastic, and it drives my wife insane because she doesn't really get sarcasm, and she married me. I don't know how the heck that happened. I've had to teach her how sarcasm kind of works because I'm very sarcastic and our marriage has a lot of sarcasm in it, but it's all from me. My wife is not sarcastic at all. And when she is, it trips me up big time. When she tries to be sarcastic and it's like, what did you just say to me? And she's like, I'm being sarcastic. Oh, okay. Because you never do that. So I never think you are, you know? But she has told me many times, more than I can count, like, Tails, you don't actually think that, do you? Of course not. And you know that I don't think that because pretty much everything I say is sarcasm. So you can bank on it being sarcasm. I'll tell you if it's real or not. Oh, man. This music plus charge blade gameplay, mildly satisfying calm music. Dropping around a 1k damage on monsters every 20 seconds. That's ADs. While we've got Pokemon playing in the background, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. It is very chill. That is true. Mm-hmm. Okay. Lance, are you equally sarcastic? Oh, I know you guys are. Dude, I've listened into so many streams now and hearing you guys talk with each other. Oh, man, it's funny. I know for sure if I put the stream on in the background for you guys and my wife was watching, she'd be like, are these two actually married? Yes. They're just very sarcastic. It's all jokes. And it's fun. If you go in thinking it's not jokes, though, then it's going to feel very painful. Sarcasm takes an understanding, you know? That's why Buff can come in here whenever he wants and like throw me a whole bunch of shade. And I could just laugh at it because Buff's just joking around. He's still friends with me after 20 years. He didn't have to stay friends with me, but he chose to. He's going to pop in chat here very soon and say, we're not friends, Dales. I know it's going to happen, but I know he doesn't mean it. I know he doesn't mean it. Tank gun Tyranid. I have it. I have it. It's not assembled yet. Yeah. What's it? The Turvagon? The Turvagon? It's in a box right there. But I haven't assembled yet. I'm going to paint all this stuff up first. And then I'm going to get the tank gun bug assembled. And it's going to be sweet. Yep. I own it, though. I've got those. I've got a couple Carnifexes as well. I'm so pumped to paint the Carnifexes. Those things are so sick. And then the Swarm Lord. Those are the models I'm most excited about. But I've got more to paint beyond that too. So I gotta space it out so that I actually get them all done. Buff with the ... I read his mind. That's so funny, dude. That's so funny. Good times. Termagant, is that what it is? Something like that. One of them's the Termagant mama that spawns in a bunch of Termagants, and one of them is a tank. And I don't. They're two different names, but they're very similar, and they're also the same box. You can only make one of the two with the box, but if I get magnetizing figured out correctly, I'll be able to do both. But that model is a menace for magnets. I've looked up some videos on it and it's crazy. But we'll worry about that another day. I got painting to do. Gosh, I would love to assemble a model, like a big model on camera with you guys. For that big Turvagon thing, to assemble on camera would be so fun. Doing all the magnetizing for these guys is an interesting activity. You're literally drilling holes into your plastic to put magnets in them. I magnetized all my warriors. Those are the guys with the 4 arms that I showed on camera earlier. Or it's on the thumbnail of this stream too. That's a warrior. All of those are magnetized. All the arms are. They come off and I can swap them out. I literally magnetized and drilled all those holes while I was playing D&D with my friends like 5 years or 5 years ago, something like that. Been a while. We were playing D&D and I would mute my mic when there was story stuff happening and I would drill holes. And then when it was our time to talk in the game, I would super glue magnets into the holes. And I got all that done during D&D. It was awesome. So much fun. Oh, one more spot. Super nerdy. There we go. One more to go. One more to go. Yeah, I don't have the exocrine. I don't have that one. Maybe in the future I'll get that one. I'm talking about the one that has the giant, huge railgun that he's holding on to. I think sweet. Hive Tyrant? The Hive Tyrant is sweet, yeah. I've got one of those. I've got one assembled. Should I go grab it real fast? Let's go grab it. I'll show it to you. Oh, don't break! Oh, don't break! Come on. Here we go. That was a chore. Look at that bad boy. Oh my word. Someday we'll paint this guy. This thing is so sweet. He was too tall. I've got a box for storing all these guys and I forgot to measure how tall this thing was. It doesn't fit in my box standing up. I've got it magnetized on the bottom so that it'll stand up in my box, but the box is too short. But I did magnetize the arms on this guy. These all come off so I can pose him. Pretty fun. He's got other weapons he can hold, but these are the weapons he has currently. Isn't that sweet? I can't wait to paint these guys, y'all. I can't do them up front because I'll paint all them and then stop painting altogether. And so I have to pace myself and do all the little gribbly guys first so that I can do a big guy later and reward myself, you know? It's sweet. We'll put him over there. I was going to show you guys the big tank one. Turvigon? There it is. That's the one. Let's pull up a picture of it. Oh, yeah. Look at that bad boy. Oh, can I put him here? He's kind of hard to see. I'll zoom. I'll bring him down. There you go. That's the one that I've got to assemble still. This is the one that spawns Termagant. See it coming out the stomach here? Down at the bottom? There's like Termagants coming out of its stomach. Because it like the brood mother. It like pops them out. That's the wrong one though. I want the other one. Oh, what's the other one called? Tyranid Tank Buster Monster. Will that pull it up? This one. There it is. Tyranofex. We've gone over this before. The Tyranofex. Can I pull this over? Will this do it? That's kind of hard to see, isn't it? You get the idea though. Yeah. Giant. Oh, here we go. Zoom in there. Got a giant gun on the front. That's the one I need to assemble still. I own it, but I haven't assembled it yet. It's going to be sweet. Yeah, I'm pumped. I can't wait. It's going to be really cool. Okay. The streams made me want to start painting minis myself, even with no lore knowledge. They just look so cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's expensive to get started in. I highly recommend if you have somebody you know that does 3D printing to print out one STL model for free and just see what you think before you buy stuff. Because like the 3 of these warriors, these guys back here, a box of these 3 warriors is 60 bucks. It's $20 a model. It's crazy. It's a big investment. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You just have to know that you're gonna like it, you know, that you're gonna enjoy the money that you spend on it. But I will say that the Warhammer hobby is not just the board game. The board game's just one thing about the hobby. It's not the whole thing. It's actually a small percentage of the whole hobby. The lore is awesome. The modeling and painting is like a ton of time, and you can enjoy the hobby just for painting. You don't have to play the game. So it all depends on what you want to do, you know? Meektoid, what's up? How we doing, friend? Great to see you. Goop, howdy. Good to see you too. Hello. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Happy Wednesday to you. How's it going? It's going very good. Yeah, it's going very good. Getting my sisters a battle ready for a picture. It's making me realize how much I need to paint. Yeah, that's all right though. throw it in the hobby time Discord if you don't mind, Meektoid. I'll take a look at it. I'd love to see what you're doing on them. Yeah, it's fun. Does the box come with all the different arms and stuff? It does. Yes, it does. Yep. Yeah, when you buy a box, you'll have all of the parts you need to make all the war gear options on it. Yeah. I free to play Genshin, but it's more of a chill pit game for the story for me. Plus, I like the exploration. That's cool. Yeah. Nice. Nice. The hobby is many things. It's the miniature building, the tabletop, the lore, and many more things. Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of one of the books for 40K, not the rule books, the lore books. And it's really cool. I really like it a lot. It's fun. I'm reading the one called Caiaphas Cain right now, and it's pretty funny. For a really awful dystopian universe. It's a very funny book. It's a good time. Is that a Palico in human form? Where? I don't see a Palico in human form. Also, hey Ryan, how we doing? Good to see you. 50 pound for British viewers. Yeah. It's actually cheaper to do Warhammer in the UK because that's where they make it. It's a little more spendy here for us Americans, depending on where you source stuff from. But yeah, you have to look at the investment as an investment. It's not just buying plastic. That's how people tell themselves to get out of the hobby, is that they spent that much money on plastic. It's the same as telling people who collect Pokemon cards that they're just buying cardboard. Like, sure, if you're looking at it as just resources that you purchased, then yes, it's just ink and cardboard. But art and time and connections and community and all that stuff all has value as well. And you don't get that from the box, but you get that from being a part of the hobby and the community. For me, getting the Warhammer models, I want to play, and I haven't played yet, and I'm still very happy with my purchase because I get to spend time doing something that isn't sitting in front of a YouTube short all night long. I get to be creative, and I meet people and have conversations about the game too. And at the very minimum, if I never play a game, I'm going to be very satisfied putting these up on a shelf and displaying them and having something to look at and show people some of my artwork. That's going to feel very good. And that's also part of the cost, right? When you buy the models, you get that out of it as well, which is a good thing. £5,000 over the course. Genshin has run me in the game. Not one big dump. Whew. Yeah, I get that. What was I just talking? Oh, it was the yeah, there's a guy that has messaged me about doing some commissions for some of his models in a game called Gloomhaven. It's a board game that's kind of like D&D, but it has minis in it. Over the course of like 5 or 6 years, I've done commissions with him, and he's paid me about $500 in commissions to paint models for him. And he just sent me a message recently about doing another set of 5 minis for him. And I was thinking about that. It's like, dude, this guy bought a $100 board game, and he's gonna spend right around $500 to $700 on miniatures being painted for the board game. And then I think about it, and it's like, well, yeah, but he didn't do that up front. This is all like fun money for him. He doesn't need to do this. It's what he wants. And there's nothing wrong with doing stuff that you want to do. You know? If that's what you want to do, great. It exists. That's all right. Don't have to be unhappy about that, you know? That's okay. I think some people will scoff at like numbers like that. Like my favorite thing to encourage people with is like when people scoff at, like, I've put 1,000 hours into Monster Hunter. Like, dude, you spent 1,000 hours doing that? Like, I sure did. And you know what I didn't do? Put another 1,000 hours into watching TV all day. you know? Or I didn't spend 1,000 hours. I don't know. Other activities. Fill in the blank. That's a good achievement. I think it's awesome when people have huge hours spent on video games, because to me, you get to peer into that person's life a little bit and be like, I know what this person enjoys. One thing at least. When they say Monster Hunter is a game they've spent 1,000 hours on, that makes me really happy to know that I can connect with that person because I know something that they enjoy that much. So I like to tell people that's amazing when they've got that many hours in the game, because that's something I always wanted, you know? I jump games so often, I never get those high hour amounts. And then I don't really know the games that people really like as well as those people who really like them. Now I've got Monster Hunter at 2,000 hours and I feel really good about it. That's a badge of honor for me. Because now I get to tell people when, you know, I get the random first time viewer who comes to a stream. They don't know who I am and they're like, dude, you suck at this game. It's like, okay, I don't care. I do like the game though. I've got 2,000 hours in it. So you can't tell me I don't enjoy it. I spent the time doing it, you know? I get to have a little bit of satisfaction with the time I've spent doing stuff too, to say, yeah, people can't really diminish what I've done in this game and why I like it and why I don't. I've spent a significant amount of time in this game, way more than the average Monster Hunter player. It cracks me up. I still get comments on my my weapon tier list video from Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. I still get comments on that video from people who are like, dude, you only spent 100 hours with the bow? That's not enough time to learn that weapon. You got to give it more time. No wonder you suck at it and you're ranked at F rank. Like, man, that's kind of rough that you're going to gate people out of your game because they only spent 100 hours with something. And you don't know that I've played this game 1,700 other hours. I know how the game works. I don't really want to have to be convinced by somebody that you don't know anything until you spent more than 100 hours in a video game doing one thing. Yeah, it's 2,000 hours across all Monster Hunter games, but I've only played World, Rise, and Wilds. I haven't done other games. 1,700 of those hours is in World and Iceborne. Yeah. No, it's actually more than that. Wilds is at 600 hours now. I'm at almost 2,500 hours in Monster Hunter between all the games. I haven't updated my number recently. Yeah, almost 2,500 hours just in the modern 3 games though. Nothing older. Yeah. Anyways, I try not to poo-poo too much on some of the comments I get because I know they're just trying to be helpful or they're just being a turd on purpose. They're not like actually, well, maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe I give them too much benefit of a doubt for some of those comments. But I also don't expect everybody needs to know who I am. Like, just because somebody watched that video doesn't mean they watched all my 100-hour challenges and know what I do on the channel. That might have been their first video and they watched it and they didn't like it. That's fine. People are allowed to have that. I don't like to assume people know what I've done. But I'm 36 years old. I've been around the sun a few times. I've learned over the years that I'd rather give people the benefit of the doubt than to assume things about people right out the gate. Not everyone has learned that yet. And I get comments from people who haven't learned that yet, and they just make assumptions about me instead of taking a second to figure it out before they leave a comment. I think the thing that bothers me about it is not the comment, like the words that they said. It's that they even left a comment like that to begin with. Like, we have choices when we engage with videos. We can stop watching the video if we didn't like it, firstly. If you're not liking it, why would you keep watching it? Most people probably do that. But then secondly, you could have just left and not watched or not left a comment. But you chose to take more time out of your day to come up with a comment. And literally the reason why they do that, I know this for sure, is because they want to be right about something. And I think that's what I feel bad for those people the most about, is like, I'm sorry that you don't get enough validation in your normal day-to-day life, that you got to talk to somebody you don't know and try to strong arm them into something that you think you're right about. So instead of engaging with them on that and arguing about it, I just don't respond. They're not going to respond anyways kindly, so I just don't engage with it. But it is funny that that's something that people will take time out of their day to do, you know? There's so many other things we can do in life. But some people will spend hours of their life just arguing on the internet about things that don't matter. I don't get that. That's not for me. Good night, Harper. Thanks for hanging. Great to have you here. We'll catch you later, okay, friend? Thanks for being a part of Hobby Nights. I almost said Harvey Nights. I don't know what that came from. Harvey Nights. Almost on a display. Heck yeah, I can't wait to see it, Meeptoid. Can't wait. 100 hours on a weapon, that's mostly monster knowledge. Sure, 100 hours on this weapon and then all the other hours learning monsters. I'm gonna trust your judgment on this one. I just don't think that, like, here's the argument for me. You spent 100 hours playing a weapon straight, and that's just the tutorial. Like, to me, that doesn't make it a good weapon. I would rather spend 100 hours doing something else. You know? If it takes 100 hours to just get started with a weapon, there's got to be some changes to this. I don't got 100 hours to come. Like, it's like telling me, hey, Tails, go watch One Piece. It's a great anime, but it doesn't get good till season 3. So you just got to get through the first 3 seasons. Like, nah. I bet you One Piece is great for some people, but for me, if it doesn't get good till season 3, I got other shows I'd rather watch that are 3 seasons long and better. You know, I'm not interested in getting through 3 seasons and then finding out whether I like it or not. And I'm just using One Piece as a punching bag right now. I'm not saying that specifically. I get told that about a lot of shows or games, different things that I got to engage with that people really like. It's okay that you like that more than I do. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to come in here and try to convince me that you're right and I'm wrong about your preferences. They're just opinions. You're allowed your opinions. You can tell me that's a good game. I can tell you that it's not. And we can shake hands and move on. Because we're all built with different preferences and all that stuff. You know? But even one step before that, people can come to the channel, see that I don't like something and it's an opinion, and they can just stop watching. Or keep watching and say, that's his opinion, it's fine. And then leave without leaving a nasty comment. There's so many more choices on things you could do with your day. Trying to convince me that your opinion's correct is not going to happen. It's opinions. We're not talking facts around here. It's different if you're trying to convince people about things that are actually true and actually false. Anyways, how did we get on this topic? I don't even know. I'll tell you what, though. It sure passed the time because that is all 9. All 9 of these tyranids have black paint on them, y'all. Check it out. We did it. We did it. They all got black paint on them. They look so good. We're not done yet, but they look really good. We got more to do. Oh, it's 8:30 already, too. I got to go here pretty quick. How much am I going to be able to get done? We got to do a little bit of planning here. Let's pull one of the early guys out here, and I'll tell you what we're doing. I got to drink some water, too. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That feels really nice, y'all. It feels really good to have 2 colors on there. They look so good. Just for context, let me pull this out for you. This is what these looked like before we started painting them. They're just gray. They're a gray blob. That's what they look like when we start, you know? This is just with 2 colors of paint on them. And it's not even good painting. It's just base coats. Yeah? It's just base coats. But it looks so much better. It's actually got some definition now. I love it, man. That makes me so happy. Heck yeah. What's up, Mike? How we doing? More painting. Love it. Just got done introducing a friend of 40K. We'll have to get you a TCS game in. Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. I've never played the game. I'd be happy to learn, though. I'll tell you up front, I've got a little bit of social anxiety. I have a hard time doing stuff with people, but I really want to learn. And so I'd be happy to, even if you guys did TTS and I just watched and didn't say nothing and learned, I would totally do that. Yeah, I would totally do that. But yeah, I'd love to learn at some point. That'd be fun. Looking good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's coming together. Here's what we're going to do next. Okay, chat. So let me put the finished one up here so you guys can see it. And I'll point out what we're doing next. Okay. Because we got steps we got to follow to get this all done. So gonna lyric. Sounds good. I have some stuff to watch with my dad. Sadly, no luck with Shiny Noctowl. We'll have to have, I hope it shines soon. Hope y'all have a great night. Thanks, Sapphire. Enjoy the time with your dad. Thanks for hanging out. It's great to have you here. Yeah, good luck on the Noctowl in the future. Thank you. Great to have you. All right, y'all. So here's the finished Tyranid that we're painting or trying to get to. We have done the bone white skin. We've done the black carapace. You can see all this red and blue stuff up on the top. That's the last step. We're not even close to that. What we need to do is put red on the gun for the base coat. And then do you see all these little like rips and tears in the skin? They look like little spots on this guy, but it's just because my camera is really bad detail right now. But there's like little rips and tear in the skin. We got to put red in that as well. Closer. My camera can't do it. I'll try to go a little bit here. Here we go. It's gonna be a little bit blurry, but there's like little rips and tears in the skin. That's red as well as the gun. So we're gonna do red next and get red put on the gun and the rips, as well as the little nails and things on here. And oh, his hooves are red. I painted all the hooves black. All right, we might have to we're gonna paint over the black with red then. I thought I did the hooves black. That's my bad. Oh no, I did red on there too. I'm just dumb. And then the eye is yellow. There's a little bit of yellow on the gun too. We'll do that last. That's not gonna happen until the very end. And then, so just to get the order right, we're gonna paint red next, get all this done. Then we're gonna do a thing called a wash. And a wash is really, really, really thin paint, shaded a certain color. We're gonna wash it purple. So if you see it on the teeth here, it's gonna be hard to see. But the teeth have a purple shade to them. And then in some of these crevices, you can't see them on the camera very well, but like there's like a purple sheen on the arms. That's because of the wash. We're gonna make a purple wash, paint purple all over the place, get the purple to go in the crevices of the model and let that purple seep in there. It's gonna pull out some of the details like these teeth. Then we'll go back over everything and highlight with the bone white to pull out some of the color, like the brighter spots, because the purple is gonna darken that bone white some, which is what we want. It adds shadow. And then we'll put some of the bright spots back on, put some bright spots on the red, and then we do the yellow, and then we finish with the red and blue on top. It's a long ways to go still, but we're way closer now than we were before, because the bone white and the black are the significant portions of the model that are colored. Once we get the red on here, we just got to do a little bit of touch up for parts that I missed. Like there's some bone white spots that need to be painted on here that I missed the first round. So we'll just go back through and touch up quick, and then we'll put the wash on it and go on it. Yeah, be pretty good. What paints do I use? These ones. They're from Vallejo. These are 13-year-old paints though. Let me pull, I've got a newer one. Here we go. I bought this one more recently. The Vallejo paints, I love them. They're cheaper than Citadel paints, and these little lids, this one is probably 5 years old. All of these game color paints I have, these are 13-year-old bottles. I bought them 13 years ago, and I still have the paint, and it still is wet. None of it's dried out. I still use it to this day. I've never run out. Vallejo paints are nice and cheap. You get plenty for what you purchase, and these stoppers keep it from drying out. I also like it because you can squirt the paint out onto your wet palette instead of having to like transfer paint over from the paint pots of Citadel paints. Those paint pots, I'm just not a big fan of. I don't like them. They don't keep my paint sealed enough. So yeah, I've been getting Vallejo. I do have Citadel washes though. I do use the Citadel wash. That one works pretty well. I like that a lot. Mostly because I haven't found a good Vallejo wash. I would get a Vallejo wash if I had one. Yeah. When's the next hobby stream, dude? I wish it was sooner than later. So I have a really busy day tomorrow. There's a very, 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 very small chance that we do hobby stream tomorrow. Very small chance. But I'm gone all weekend with my family. We're doing a staycation, and it starts Friday and ends Sunday. So I won't be available till Monday at the earliest. And Monday night, I have other stream commitments with my friends. And so it'll probably be next week, Tuesday, before my next hobby stream. And that's if I have all my work done, because I was gone all weekend. So it might be a week, but once I get through staycation, I'm going to be around for a couple weeks straight with regular stream schedule. So then we'll do more hobby stream stuff, but it's going to be probably 7 days at the latest, maybe tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, 13 years old. I know. I bought it in 2013. I was living in Austin, Minnesota, and I was painting up some Lord of the Rings models, and I bought the Game Color Vallejo set. Like, it had a whole set of paint together. Bought all that, and that's exactly the same stuff I had. I've picked up a few more bottles over time. I needed this purple for my Tyranids original color scheme, so I just picked that up. And I was gifted from my brother. He bought me what was it? It was from a YouTuber, Jazza. Draw with Jazza. Do you guys know that channel at all? Draw with Jazza did a miniature painting bundle box or whatever. It had a bunch of like terrain supplies and paint and brushes and stuff. And my brother bought it for me. I was living in Wisconsin, and he was like, dude, I bought this box. I think it's cool, but I don't paint miniatures. You do. I will gift you this box if you paint me one model and let me keep it. And that's what I did. And I still have those paints. And I don't use the Army Painter ones as much, but there's a couple colors I use. I do like this Army Painter Crystal Blue a lot. I use that one quite a bit. But the other colors I don't use as much as the Vallejo ones. Yeah. Use Citadel Army Painter, but I don't like the Citadel pots. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pots either. Yeah. I only have Citadel ones because I just started this hobby back in May. Nice. Yeah, if it were up to me, here's my tip on model painting. Citadel is where everyone starts because they're sold next to all the Warhammer models, right? Because it's the same brand. I would highly recommend price checking the difference between Vallejo and Citadel paints. I am 99% sure they're like just over half the price of Citadel paints, and you get plenty. You'll never use it all. I mean, I've had this paint for 13 years, and I've done a lot of models. I never use it up. And these dropper lids are very, very good. So yeah, if you're looking to expand your paint selection, I highly recommend Vallejo. You got the cutting board? Nice. Yeah. I've got a Jazza cutting board from that box. From that model painting box that my brother got me. Jazza, yeah, he's fun. He's changed a lot over the years. Not necessarily bad, just different. I watched him when he was only doing drawing back in the day, and I've got a sketchbook full of a bunch of like drawing courses. He did like instructional videos on how to draw stuff back in the day, and so I did a bunch of his classes from YouTube on that. And then I stopped watching him for a while because I was doing other stuff, and my brother started watching him, and that's when he branched out into wargaming, and he picked up that wargaming box from him and sent it to me. It was pretty nice of him to do that. He didn't have to do that, but I am grateful. Dude, this red hopefully is going to go by way faster than the black because there's not as much stuff to paint. These hooves are going to look kind of weird now because they're got black underneath them, but I don't think I care that much. I do want to paint the hooves red, just like all the other hooves on my army. Get them the same color. But if they're a little more shaded than the other ones, I don't really care. What's up, Jeremy? Good day to ya. Hope you're doing great. Guild Army Female War Paints are not that great. The new Fantastic range is 100% better. Wish I know just near me that sold Vallejo or Pro Acrylic. Yeah, I buy all my Vallejo paints online. I don't have a place to buy them in person either. All the places near me are only Citadel paints. They don't have anything else. I haven't tried the new army painters though. The ones I have are the old ones. They're kind of like way too liquidy for me. I don't know. They're way thin. I feel like I could put it on my palette and then I have to wait to let it dry out a little bit before I can use it. For the old army painter. So I don't know about the new stuff, like I said. But sometimes you need it that liquidy and that's fine. Most of the time I don't, so I don't run to it as fast as other companies paint. Oh man, this is so satisfying, chat. This is so satisfying. It is so nice to get this done. Thanks for spending some time with me while I paint, and having conversation is all really nice too. I appreciate that a lot. I hope for those who are doing their hobbies now too, you're getting a lot done. And for those who aren't hobbying and just hanging out, so glad you're hanging out. Thank you. Thank you for spending time with us. It's great. I'm glad I did these hobby nights. We talked about it for months. I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm really glad I did. It's a good time. Paint that gun. Set an update in the Discord. Okay, sounds good. I'll have to take a look at it later. I'm excited to see it. Bow. 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 Crocheting a cardigan. There you go. Take it forever. Yeah. That is how that goes. See, that's the beauty of the hobby nights though, right? Is like, it's not about finishing in one go. It's about making progress. One step at a time, right? One step at a time. That's what counts. We just got to find enough time to take a couple steps, you know? Bum, 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 bum. See you, Notfix. Have a good one. You have a good rest of your night. Yeah, take it easy, okay? Thanks for hanging out. Great to have you here. We'll catch you next time, okay? Ba-da-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-bum. Got so far, Power World. Successful day. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Love to hear that. That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. Gonna grab a drink. Oh my gosh, Heathen! What the heck? Heathen twice in one day. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, that's so nice. W's the chat for Heathen, y'all. Heathen's doing some painting tonight too. Painting the chat green. Thank you very much. Good day to you again. Happy Wednesday. I hope your night/day is going fantastic today. Thanks, Heathen. What a champ. I wish I could go find how many gifted memberships Heathen has given to this community. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. Y'all enjoy those memberships. You get early uploads to videos before everybody else. And there's new emotes in chat you can check out too, if you got those memberships. There we go. Couldn't see that part. What you making? Hey, Tech Gaming, how we doing? I am painting a Termagant, which is the infantry for the Tyranid army of Warhammer 40k. And they're very finicky and tiny. And I need like 25 to 30 of them for my army. I've got a long ways to go, but we're getting her done. It's going well. Welcome to stream. Thanks for hanging out. Playing Pal World Story, kind of making a base. Nice, nice. There you go. We got a lot of people playing Pal World here tonight. That's fun. I still need to get back into that. I played when Pal World launched in early access back in the day, but I haven't played since. And I hear that the 1.0 update is very good. So I got to give that a shot. Nice, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of work, like I said. A lot of work to paint these guys up, but it is going to be worth it when it's done. Tell you what. I'm painting in spots that no one's going to look right now. No one's going to know. They're going to know. No one's going to know. But I feel like I have to do it. Okay, I think we got her. Is that good enough? It's good enough. Okay, but now we got to get all the little skin flappies. This is the hard part. What we just did was the easy part. All these little skin rips. I'll zoom in for you a little bit here. Like there's one on the butt right here, right on the cheek. Gotta hold my breath while I do this. There we go. Just a little line. It don't have to be perfect, but I do want color in there. There we go. There's one here. These big lights that I have here make it hard to see them. There we go. And then this. There's one in here. Because eventually those little skin rip things are going to get covered up by the wash a little bit too. It's going to fill in. But I do want it to be defined that there's stuff there. Like even between these joints, there's red that goes here. We'll just put a little bit of color there to show that it exists, you know, and then we'll get the wash to go in there and take care of it all. I missed this whole hand over here. Whoopsie. I get it. Can you even call these hands? I think just claws is the better word for it. These are messed up hands if they're hands. There we go. Okay, I gotta get his elbow quick. Your buddies told me it was good after 1.0. I think that your buddies are right, yeah. The 1.0 update's very good. I've not played it, but I've been told many good things about it. One of which is that it's like way bigger than it ever was. Which makes sense because it was in early access before. It doesn't have to have everything, right? There we go. Man, I thought this was going to go faster, but I don't think it is. All these little skin rips. They take time. There's one here. And I missed it. Nice work. Nice work. There's another one hiding. There we go. Okay, that's kind of it. That's kind of it. It's looking pretty all right. It looks really awful, honestly, but the first 80% looks awful. That's just how it is. See you, Jeremy. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging. Great to have you here. What figures you paint tonight? These are all termagants, is what they're called. They're the infantry of the Tyranid army. And I'm working on 9 of them. They all had the bone white color on them when stream started. I did that last stream. We just painted all the black on all of them, and now I'm working on the red. We still got a long ways to go, but we're making significant progress on these, which feels very nice, especially from where we started. Getting one thing done is a big motivator for getting the next thing done. I like having a little checklist on that stuff, you know? There it is. Warhammer, yeah, Warhammer. Yep. Yeah, I've had these models for a long time, and I sit and stare at them all the time, and I'm like, man, I should paint those, and then I don't do it. And so I started Hobby Night. So that at the very minimum, I could paint my models. But if people show up and do their own hobbies while I'm doing hobbies too, that's even greater than what I was gonna do on my own, you know? I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Come on, baby. Get that red on there. You guys ever see the movie Happy Gilmore? The old one, not the new one? Get in your home. Go back home. That's what I'm telling the paint. Like Happy was telling the golf ball. Get in your home. Getting things done and chatting with people while doing so is a good way to go. I think so too, yeah. It's at least worth a try as well, right? But I know I did a lot more painting when I was in high school because my friends and I all painted together. We would spend like hours and hours in the basement painting models and laughing and having fun. It was so chill and just relaxing, but fun at the same time. And then when my friends stopped playing the game and I was on my own with it, I stopped painting as much. Like not nearly as much as I painted back then. So I think there's something social about doing Warhammer models and getting stuff done with it. It's a fun activity, you know? When I lived in Wisconsin, before I bought models, there was a local game store that sold models, and they had up by the cash register where you paid for all of your stuff, they had a bar set up. Like think of a pub, right? A bar. But instead of selling drinks, you know, beer and stuff, they had paintbrushes and super glue and all that stuff all set up. So people could come in and sit at the bar and paint together. They would have little painting stations set up. And all you had to do was bring your models and colors in. You could buy colors from the store if you wanted to. But you could sit at the bar with other people and paint. I thought that was such a cool idea. I wasn't painting at the time, so I never got to do it. I didn't have my stuff then, but if I did, I would have done it. I thought that'd be really cool. It was neat. Oh, wifey's home. Hello, wifey. Oh, she can't hear me. Or I can't hear her, I guess. Could be either. Love that. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I know for certain that I'm an extrovert, but there are just some things that when you do them with other people, it's just way better. Doesn't matter if you're introverted or extroverted. The biggest thing about being introverted or extroverted is where you get your energy from. Extroverted people are refueled by doing stuff with other people. Introverted people are drained by doing stuff with other people. But that doesn't mean that introverted people don't like to do stuff with other people. It just means that their tank doesn't fill up as they do those things, you know? For extroverts, they love to do stuff with other people because that's how their tank fills. But that also doesn't mean they don't like to be alone every now and then, you know? It's just that's where their tank starts to empty, is when they're alone. I know I'm an introvert, but there are things that I would love to do with people, and I couldn't spend all day doing it. I don't have the capacity for that. But I'll enjoy it while I'm there, and I'll be glad I'm there. I think that's a common misunderstanding about introverts and extroverts, that a lot of people think introverts are people who don't like people. And I'm sure there are introverts out there who don't like people. But it's introvert extrovert is not about whether you like people or not. It's where you find your energy. I think for the most part, most people like people. Not every person. And not that most people like every person. But I think there are way more people out there who like to have a friend and do stuff with others, even for a small amount of time, than they do doing stuff alone completely, you know? And I think life is about finding the balance of, where do I find the people that I like to do stuff with and go do stuff with them? And how do I find the time away from people when I need that time away? And it's all healthy for everybody, you know? There we go. Yeah, we got some major touch-ups to do on these guys. I'm introverted, love doing things with other people all the time, but it definitely gets exhausting. Yeah. That's a lot of how streaming is for me, is I get really tired after streaming, because entertaining people is a lot of work for an introvert. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I love it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it, you know? But it is nice to have a break, and it's nice to get on camera too. I enjoy it. Are you gonna paint them all the same or add different variations of colors to them? Like add little details to make them stand out? Mostly all the same for now. I romanticize the idea of having an army that's somewhat the same but has all their little intricacies, but it's a little overwhelming for me at the start. I think for the infantry specifically, I'm gonna just do them all the same, because they're just, I don't care about them enough, but I need them for the army. They're more of a need model than a want. But for the bigger guys, that's where we'll get some changes put in. Might not be significant, but some, yeah. That bar sounds super fun, but I'd be way scared of someone judging my technique to go, though. That's interesting, yeah. I understand it. I get it. I wish, man, like this is where I think about, like, what's a business I could start, or an experience that I could make, or an event I could plan. Because, like, my goal is to make those feelings not exist for people, right? Like, I think it's crazy for a business to exist that says, hey, you can come paint, but you might have a bad experience here because our patrons make fun of other people when they paint. Like, that's just a poorly run business at that point, in my opinion, right? If I'm going to set up that painting bar thing, I have to be the one that manages that painting bar to say, hey, you're welcome to come here no matter your skill level, and we're here to all have a good time. And if you're somebody who's not going to have a good time with other people, or make it a bad time for other people, you just don't get to come. You know? So I feel for you, Cringe Miser. I know exactly what you're saying. I would love to be the person someday that's like, you can count on Tails setting up an event where things are going to be really awesome, because Tails makes sure that people are here to have a good time. Yeah. Neg's done for now. Yeah. I'm just finishing up too. Good work. I'm excited to see your progress on the on the server. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and doing that. You're gonna put accessory on the bases? Yeah, I've already got some on there. I've got like I've got little rocks and some crackle paint for mud on the bases. I won't do much more than that though, because tyranids are biomass eaters. That's their whole thing. They eat living things. And so when I was thinking about bases, I thought about adding a bunch of little bushes and stuff because they look good. But my thought process was, why aren't the tyranids eating all that? Why? I don't know if there would be much. Now, if they're invading a place, maybe there would be, little bushes and stuff as they're roaming in. But I made these bases to feel like an alien surface. It's supposed to be like Mars-like, red surface, black rocks, no biomass, because the tyranids have taken care of all of it. So it's just rocks. But when I get into Space Marines, I'd like to do something more like jungle-y, because I think foliage is really cool. But I just don't think foliage with tyranids is right for my army. So yeah. Have I ever said how much I hate hard siege mode is with randoms who are properly leveled up? Nope, you have not. Yeah, that's just gaming in general, yeah. Better camera, take higher quality pics of my art. Yeah, it's all about background. That's how you fix it. You got to get the right background, and then you'll get the better shots. All right, chat, let's give you a quick look at what we did. Here's the two that we got red paint on. They look so good. That red paint helps out a lot to bring out that weapon more. Let's give you a comparison shot. Here's the ones that don't have red paint on them side by side. The red paint sure adds a lot of detail, doesn't it? You can see more of that gun sticking out now. And then we got the hooves and the claws all painted up red. It's coming together. But we did all 9 of these guys tonight. Let's get another camera shot here. All 9 of these guys were just the bone white when we started stream. Now they've all got black on every spot, and a couple got red on them. We made really good progress on painting tonight. Really well done. I'll have to leave it there for now, though. I'll have to leave it there for now. Let me grab my wet palette lid here. Save our red paint for next time, and we'll switch screens. There we go. They don't look good. They look fantastic. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was really fun, chat. I can't believe it's 9 o'clock my time already. We spent 3 hours on hobby night. I can assure you 100% that if I didn't have hobby night planned tonight, I would have been watching YouTube videos or YouTube shorts this entire time. So I just want to say so much how thankful and grateful I am for you guys to come hang out and spend some time with me. I'm glad that you got some hobby time done too, for those who worked on that. But for those who were watching stream, thank you. Thank you so much for the motivation and for the conversation. It makes me feel so good that I spent 3 hours working on that tonight. That's what I want to do. And so I appreciate y'all helping me with that. And I hope that I've been motivating for you as well. And also I want to leave a note here for all those who are watching the VOD later. Thank you as well. Thank you. I hope you're getting some stuff done too. Appreciate you a ton. You're all fantastic. All right, here's what's going to happen on Giddy Fox Gaming for this week, okay, chat? I am gone on staycation with my family Friday through Sunday, so I won't be here over the weekend. If I am going to be here again, it might be tomorrow for more hobby night. It might be, but I've got editing work to do tomorrow. I've got staycation prep that I have to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to stream Monster Hunter during the day. So I've got a ton of stuff to do. I wouldn't plan on there being a stream tomorrow, but it might happen. If you'd like to get notified of that stream so that you don't miss it, just subscribe to the channel. It'll let you know when the streams go live so you can jump in. But I will be here no matter what on Monday at 9 a.m. Central. I'm going to schedule that stream tomorrow so you guys can get that scheduled and see it. I will be here for sure Monday at 9 a.m. Central. We'll continue the 100-hour Switch X challenge for day 5. Getting into the late game stuff. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. It was super fun. It was such a good time. Oh, you went to Red Robin. There you go. Yeah, sorry for influencing you that way. I hope you got a strawberry lemonade from there. All right, y'all. You're greatly appreciated, dearly loved. Thank you so much for an awesome day. I'll catch you guys later, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Fish? Fish? Fish?